Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. This would be the Jeff Cameron Show right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio and a fine libations Friday loosey-goosey edition of the program to you and yours. Woo! Online, ESPNTallahassee.com.
Dropping down with a woo on a Friday.
I'm just feeling good, man. Everything's going so well. We started Major League Baseball yesterday. Real quick, thank you to all those that came out yesterday to the CP to enjoy opening day, the national holiday that it is.
Woo!
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 I'm not going to go into the woo war.
There's no woo off? Oh,
no
woo
woo off.
awesome.
But I am going to say again, thank you to the fine folks over there and to all of you who came out. It was good to see everybody. And also, of course, Florida State baseball won last night. And that series going on. And we're getting close to the NHL playoffs. We got the Final Four. Just a lot going on. The Masters next week. Damn it, man.
Yes, sir.
This is a glorious time of year. It's good stuff. I'll mention it again later in the show because I know people listen intermittently. They come in, they listen for 10 minutes, and they listen for, and they go away. They got stuff they got to do, freaking work. Then they do 5 minutes, then they come back. Listen, next week's weird. I'm going to Augusta. It's finally happening. For those of you that have been listening for a long time.
Woo!
Indeed. Woo! Not the same woo. I gave him a different woo.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm going to Augusta. Thank you, Trey Jones. Thank you, FSU Golf. Thank you, PGA Tour Network, SiriusXM. Thank you, everybody that's making that possible. It's
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's been a dream come true, Tom Lane.
We did approve your vacation.
Yeah, off to Augusta. I've not gone, and most of you know the famed story that I've told on the air of the time that I had badges and the dude that had the badges for me up and died. And since we weren't all that close, there was no way for me to get the badges because I couldn't very well call the people that I barely knew and said, listen, he wanted me to go. Can you give me the badges? I know you're grieving, but I'd like the badges. It didn't happen.
You will be grieving, it would appear, on Saturday, moving day at the Masters. So,
I mean, somebody should use those badges.
Right.
How about the guy that he was going to let use the badges? Yeah.
It's moving day.
If it means anything to you, as I'm walking the course, I'll think of him.
You'll be moving, towards healing.
It'll be a moving day for you, and it'll be a moving day for me, too.
I'll be moving to 16 green. Or 15 green, rather, so you can see 16T. That's the spot, right?
Well, I'm going to go see all 18 holes, and I've got multiple days to do it, and I'm going to, have a real good time walking the course and the practice rounds and all of that, and I'm staying near there. It's all going to be amazing, and I don't want to get into all that right now, except for the fact that I'm head over heels right now about that. I've dreamt of this, and now it's going to happen, and I'm very excited. But the point of saying that wasn't solely to rub in the fact that I'll be there next week, and you won't, and others that I care and love very much won't.
Ouch.
The point wasn't that at all, Tom. It was that it's going to affect the schedule of the Jeff Cameron Show. You were going to play something.
No, it's all right. It's gone. The moment has passed.
We will do a show Monday. That show will be taped. I will be doing it Monday morning with Tom, and then I will be on the road. On the road again. And I will be making my way there to be there in time for early evening festivities, dinner and such. And then, all day I'm enjoying the golf, and then Wednesday I'm enjoying the golf. So, I don't know. You may hear from me. You may not after Monday. I mean, you will personally.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to
tell them the schedule what time it is.
I am.
Bend over.
But I'll be back to really get after it on a Thursday and break down and break down the spring game.
So it's settled. I see what's happening here.
It's not settled. There's a chance I could do a show there from Augusta, and I might. We just don't know yet.
That'd be pretty cool, man.
It would be cool. But I'm on from 3 to 6, and that's also a time I may be on the course.
Well, yeah, but
You want me to tape there too? I can do that.
I can give you the equipment.
Yeah, I'll take the equipment.
I could ask you questions about the azaleas and such.
You can. And I'll have a chance, I think, to meet some players at this event I'm going to. So it could be fun. It could be fun. What if I got him to agree to come on? That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm here with Tiger Woods, everybody. This is interesting. Hello, Tiger.
Hello.
That would be something.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be on this show.
Oh, man. He actually would have fun on this show if he could loosen up. But you can't,
with the best of them.
you can't get him to loosen up. I don't even think. Didn't he go on with Van
Speaking of
Pelt
that, check my sock drawer.
He can't. He's too guarded. It won't happen. I think he's going to play.
Ooh, now that's a great question.
I'm torn on that. I actually don't have a good vibe about how he's going to play. I know everybody feels really good that he's going to play great because he's played really well in this comeback, and he has. He absolutely has. I don't know that portends of him playing well there, despite the good memories he has.
I think he's going to play well for two reasons. One, I think Bay Hill did a great job of prepping everybody for the speed of the greens, the sensitivity if you're around them and you have to, make chips and key up and downs, which mark a major. They always do, a big save. Or in the case of 13 and 15 on the back nine at Augusta, a birdie, an up and down for birdie. He can hit his left to right shots on command right now. When he goes wrong, it's when he's trying to move the ball right to left. But if you hit it left to right at Augusta, you're in business. That's why, Bubba Watson is one of the most markedly successful people in the game because it's a more natural ball flight for him. So, to me, I think with the way Tiger moves the golf ball, with his bread and butter, I think he'll be in contention to make the cut. And I don't know about, win the damn thing, but I think he'll make the cut.
Sure.
First page of the leaderboard Saturday, Sunday, that kind of thing.
Well,
Absolutely.
That's the whole thing. I mean, no, this isn't about making the cut. I think everybody feels like he's going to do that. He's come that far. It's about, are you there on a Sunday with a chance?
And there's a couple other things I've seen from Tiger, one of which is his controlled ball flight also leads to when the ball hits the green, it hits softly on the green. So he can hit 3 or 4 iron into a green, and it doesn't release and bounce through the back of the green. And they're talking about, I know this is very nerdy,
height.
But he also plays with a softer golf ball than most other players. It's closer to a Bellata back in the day. So he's able to control the way the ball acts on the green better than most other players. So, I think a lot of the things he's doing is built for Augusta.
Bunch of cool stories here while Tom geeks out on Augusta, which I'm happy you did.
Sorry,
it's cool.
well, since I won't be there, let me geek out on Friday before.
Well, we got time. I just I want to get to these things in the opener is all I'm saying.
Florida State won their cross-eyed look. That's my fault. I got too involved.
Florida State won their baseball game, which is great. And that game is still scheduled, knock on wood. All right. If we hear anything, we'll let you know. That's still scheduled. It's nice out, right? I haven't been outside in a few hours. I think
I've been holed up in here all day. There's not a window in here.
Can we do the feel thing that we do sometimes?
I think it's overcast.
I think it's overcast too, Tom.
Hold on, go check.
Yeah,
are you going to check?
You want me to go check? I'll check real quick.
All right,
I can check.
So the headphones are off.
I'm going to check real quick.
And here he goes. He's wearing a Yucatan Masters shirt today, by the way. That's a pretty cool shirt. For those of you on the radio, you can't see that. Doesn't matter. Here he comes back. I can hear the steps. He's rushing to his seat, and the verdict is...
We're so good, man.
Is it overcast?
It's overcast.
All right.
It's overcast.
There
so this is the same. We've done this now. So you guys are like, what the hell are they doing? Here's the deal. I ran a little bit. I lost my breath. That was about a 10-yard run there.
You've been doing cardio, too.
I know, man. I'm just fat. So here's the thing. You can sense, if you do radio long enough, what the weather's like outside when you're in a studio, a soundproof studio like this, with no windows anywhere. You cannot see anything to do with the outdoors. And yet we have, I would say, with about 80% accuracy.
Yeah, 1 out of 5 we get wrong. That sounds about right.
I think, like, when we're sitting here, because we actually do this.
And we don't look at the weather reports. It's
No, I'll say to you, feels like it's pouring. or it's going to pour.
I swear you have a joint that acts up, like your knee.
I get that right a lot. And I do have I have 2 plates, and I have a pin still in my foot, and I have a plastic bone, and I've got issues from football and the like, but they don't really act up all that much.
Kind of isolate. I've got issues.
But no, they don't. Occasionally the foot's the biggest issue. But here's the thing. We can feel when it's overcast or when it's bright and sunny. I get that antsy feeling that I'm stuck in a studio when it's gorgeous outside, like it's 74 and sunny with a slight breeze, no humidity. I'll sit here and be like, man, it's probably breathtakingly beautiful outside, and I'm stuck in a studio.
We had some good weather in the morning yesterday for some golf.
Yes,
the clouds parted way, and man, we had some blue skies.
Beautiful Corn Country Club. We were swinging
greens
the
are
sticks.
rolling out there.
They are looking good these days. The greens are amazing right now. Anyhow, so back to this. Florida State won. Hopefully they'll be playing here this evening. It looks like they are. That'll be great. And obviously this is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. Good way to get off to a good start there. We got cool news out of Florida State football, and that is that Tamron Terry, man, and I said this to you last year when we were watching the open practice, and you and I were talking about it. I mean, it was kind of everybody could see that the kid was pretty talented. But I feel like in this system, he's going to excel. He's going to do really, really well. And as it turns out, he's turning heads. He's wowing folks over there every day now, and you can bet that there's going to be a connection between James Blackman and Tamron Terry. That's going to be something that they have.
Yeah, that was the open practice, right?
It was the open
It was
practice.
those two working together on the field. We
never thought we'd
have
to see either one of them that year.
Right, and we're watching the reps going on with Frenchie, and we're watching Tate and Gavin on the left-hand field, but it worked just kind of perfectly. In between those reps, you turn over to the right, and you'd see James Blackman fire a pass to Terry, or you'd see Cosentino fire a pass to Terry, and what he could do with the football, you know, the body control he had, the way he could contort, make a first move after he caught the ball.
Lengthy.
You'd end up watching that field instead of the ones practice because it was just so awe-inspiring.
Well, they were new, and you're like, who are those two guys?
Right.
That's really impressive. So, anyhow, it's not surprising to hear that they're connecting, really playing ball. Got quotes from Willie Taggart that I could get to, but they look good over there. Practices are going well. For those of you just kind of wanting a cursory, hey, what's happening over there? They're playing. Everybody looks good, and injuries are being kept to a minimum, and we're moving closer and closer to the spring football game, which I know we're all pumped by. Evening game, which is kind of cool, 6 o'clock action. Going to have more of a feel of, real football weekend.
That's kind of upon us. 2 weeks from tomorrow. That's pretty crazy.
It is. Well, you get the Duke game earlier in the day for baseball, Florida State and Duke at 2 o'clock, I believe that is. And then it builds up to the spring game. So, anyhow, that's all moving in the right direction. Really cool story. I'll get to it here in a second. Peter Warrick and Odell Haggins being inducted into the Florida State Athletic Hall of Fame, which is so cool. And I'm a big Peter Warrick guy, Puerto Rican guy. I'm a big Puerto Rican guy.
I'm a Porter guy.
I also like Porters. Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of Peter Warrick, and of course we're all huge fans of Odell Haggins. But we see him; he's more omnipresent because he's been here forever and he's coaching and he's always amongst us. But seeing Pete up again, man, that's crazy. Watching him.
I had the image of you at the World Baseball Classic rocking the Puerto Rican gear.
That's right.
Just going nuts.
Going nuts. Yeah.
All right, Puerto Rico.
Woo! I love the World
How
Baseball
about some
Classic.
Representation, huh? What the hell?
And now we get this. 11 seed Loyola Chicago, 32-5, South Regional champion, taking on number 3 seed Michigan, 32-7, West Regional champion. Unfortunately, 6 o'clock tomorrow night at the Alamo Dome, which is much more impressive than the actual Alamo. Televised on TBS, channel 421, and then it's number 1 seed Villanova, whom I think we both agree is going to win the whole thing.
They should. Yes.
Like the Kansas game is the game. This game.
Yeah, it's a big one. Michigan has something for you.
You're too high on Michigan, buddy.
Okay. So you say. We'll talk about it on Monday.
1 seed Villanova, 1 seed Kansas. Approximately 40 minutes or so after the completion of the Loyola Chicago Michigan matchup. So it's a big night tomorrow night, and then of course we get the national championship on Monday night. And you're right, we will talk about on Monday morning. So that's good too. Might want to add in there that I'm actually pumped to be watching that game from Augusta, Tom.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah. I mentioned when you were running out to check the sky that you were wearing the Yucatan Masters shirt. When did you get that? Because that's new, isn't it?
I got it last week, yeah.
Oh, you got it last week?
I got it last week, yeah.
I saw that on TV, recently.
The Yucatan Masters?
Yeah.
Somebody was wearing it?
It's an obscure shirt.
It is
yes,
an obscure
I noticed
shirt.
it.
Damn it.
Oh, well, buddy, you're not the only one who has it. Was that a no laying up shirt?
Yeah, it's a no laying up shirt. Yeah. No, not a no laying up shirt. It's a Club Pro. It's the
that's right.
That Twitter account, which is hilarious. That's funny. Well, okay, I'm not the only guy. Good choice of song on a Friday. Classic.
Why does Mahindra have 97% satisfaction? Ask our owners.
This gives me the ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
I decided on Mahindra just because of the sheer strength, the size, the ease of the workability, and it was more of a comfortable machine than the others.
You could lift just about anything with that thing. It has never let me down.
And now get the industry's best 7-year limited powertrain warranty on select models.
TNT.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Blountstown Highway, 574-4100.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Free energy audit at a time most convenient for you. A message from the City of Tallahassee Utilities, your own utilities.
Did you know that one major advantage of propane cooking is that it offers more precise temperature control than electric? That means perfectly cooked meals every time. Propane also heats your home faster and maintains the warmth longer than electric or fuel oil, allowing you to potentially reduce your energy bill. If you'd like to know more, contact AmeriGas Propane right here in Tallahassee at 877-1122.
Hi, Chris Kraft for Kraft Nissan, and Nissan's fiscal year-end super sale is down to just 3 more days, and I still need to sell 67 new Nissans. I'm telling you, the books on Nissan Corporates 2017 absolutely close on Monday, April 2nd. That means time is running out for the absolute lowest priced Nissans in the last 12 months. So listen up, $4,000 off MSRP on all 2018 Rogue S's and Sentra SVs, $5,000 off MSRP on all 2018 Altimas. That's right, $5,000 off all 2018 Altimas, and Kraft Nissan has over 50 in stock. $6,000 off MSRP on our remaining 2017 Maximus, $10,000 off MSRP on our remaining 2017 Titan pickups, and all, not some, 2018 Armadas are $10,000 off MSRP. It's Kraft Nissan's fiscal year-end with Nissan Corporate. But you have to hurry because the books close on Monday, April 2nd. 3 days and counting. Kraft Nissan on Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco. Must finance through NMHC. In-stock units only.
The madness is coming to the corner pocket.
They're in trouble. Desperation. Yes!
Choose the place with Tallahassee's best TVs. The Corner Pocket's Vegas Wall. 8 50-inch crystal clear flat screens. You won't miss a second of the action. Corner Pocket's your headquarters for the most watched sporting event in America.
For the win! Good! A miracle!
Delicious food, the best drink specials. Connect to their free Wi-Fi and keep up with your bracket. From the opening tip to the cutting of the nets. Come see why Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Oh, my goodness!
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a million-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show. Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
So, the train PSA that we got running
Well, that's a paid-for spot.
It's a paid-for spot?
Yeah, they go crazy this time of year.
The state of Florida, or who's paying
the
for
National Highway Traffic Safety.
That's just free money for us, huh? They just give you money to run an ad about people. Hey, listen, you got to respect trains.
For like the 250 people that get run over by a train a year, too. Like 227 people died last year. I mean, really? So you're going to spend that much money on this?
This has been befuddling for a very long time. I once did a bit. This is a true story. My friend Eric Llewellyn will remember this. Maybe he's on his way to the ballpark now. I don't know. It's awfully early, but he is a prepper. I did a story, or I went on a diatribe when I was doing mornings about people getting hit by trains because we had a PSA that ran about trains. And I said, who the hell gets hit by a train? I mean, there are people that get hit by trains. I get it. I'm not trying to be cruel. I mean, the circumstances are usually very unique, though, where when you read that, you go, oh, well, unfortunately, you know, there was a miscommunication. Somebody was doing construction or something, and then bam. You know, there are tragic accidents that occur. I'm with you. But for 220-something people to get hit by a train a year, there has to be a whole lot of tomfoolery. A lot of poor decision making.
Well, yeah, what it's saying is you think a train will stop for you. So this is people who are trying to gun it and beat a train to the spot.
Those are the people I'm actually making fun of. This is sort of the thin the herd moment where I go, all right, look, I'm not talking about people who are tragically killed because of weird circumstances and there was nothing they could have done. I'm talking about the dumbass who goes, you know, I really don't want to sit here for another minute and a half while the rail is down because of this train. I'm going to beat it. Good luck, buddy. I mean, that's more,
yes, you are.
More air for the rest of us.
Yes, you are.
I mean, what the hell are you doing, man?
Yeah, like sucks that, you know, obviously if it's a kid who has an invincibility aura about him and he's 15, 16 years old, or she is. But
I always feel like we have to over-explain ourselves anymore because people are so sensitive. Because obviously we don't want 16-year-olds to get killed, and I'm not mad at you, but
no.
Yeah, but that sucks. I'm just saying, if you're a dumbass that rolls out in front of a train for whatever reason, you had control of that and decided to do it, it's just tough for me to.
Did you hear Reggie died? He did. Oh, no. The heart attack?
No, he was trying to beat a train. Oh, damn, Reggie.
It's on every Westwood One broadcast, too, top to bottom. So they spend a ton of money with Westwood One. And it always happens this time of year. That's how I know, because when we have March Madness on, all I hear about is trains hitting people.
The rest of that Eric Llewellyn story is that his grandparents, I think, were killed by a train.
Oh.
And he was listening at that moment. And I was like, oh, Jesus, what do you say to that? It was some weird circumstance. He wasn't offended. But it was, I think I got that right, Eric. If you're out there, buddy, I don't know, you can text me.
Well, he's with us still.
No, he's alive. He'll be doing tonight's game. I'm saying, somebody in his family, they were older, train. I don't know if they didn't hear it. I don't, that's, you know, those are weird circumstances.
It's a hell of a thing.
That's a hell of a thing. I wonder if there was a time in this country where the railing coming down and the blinking red lights just wasn't a thing, and they went, we really got to get on this. Yeah. People are just
people in these.
It's a tough times with what's going on with these trains.
In the Model T, you know, the thing's just kind of huffing and puffing.
Bam!
Well, I mean, how about like horse-drawn carriages, right?
Oh yeah, man. If you read books from the earliest days, like when the first World's Fair was here in Chicago, where the serial killer there, I think I read that book, was White City or whatever it's called.
We've talked about this one.
Yeah. Man, but we didn't do it on the air. But people.
Oh, we didn't?
No, we were doing it off the air.
This is how authentic these discussions are.
Yeah, there were people getting run over by horse-drawn carriages and trains all the time back in the day. It was very dangerous to live in the 1800s, man. Times were tough.
Crossing the street was a different kind of deal.
Yeah, and you could just be randomly killed by somebody who's a little bit angry, and they would never catch him. There's no DNA. There's no forensics. You're screwed. Like, I think Charlie killed him. He had one too many at the pub because his life sucks, but we're not sure.
Hey, pissed off old Mickey McMaster.
Yeah, 10-year-old kid walked past you on the way to the coal mine smoking a cigarette, decided he had enough of your kind, just stabbed you and kept walking. What are you going to do?
It's because his boss makes a face at him and you made the same face.
Right. That's the end of it.
So you're dead.
Oh, man. It's squirrely out the gates. It's squirrely out the gates. I just want to say that Major League Baseball yesterday, phenomenal. And in particular, the comeback by the Rays, just because I was around a couple of uppity Boston Red Sox fans who then had to watch the 6 runs scored by the Rays, and it just made me smile. I'm not even a Rays guy necessarily. I like them because we're from down there, but
yeah, they're okay.
Red Sox fans just litter that ballpark for that game, and at 4-0, how many of them were like, well, this is over?
Mm-hmm.
It's just nice. It's just nice. I hope you Braves fans enjoyed that comeback yesterday right here on this network.
That's right. Well, next game we'll broadcast is Tuesday night because they play tonight. We got some different high school action. Then tomorrow we got the Final Four.
Oh, Jesus.
And on Monday we have the national championship game for the NCAA men's tournament. So Tuesday we'll be picking the Braves back up.
I like it. By the way, I want you to know that this will be the last time today that I check the score of the Pirates-Tigers game. It's currently 5-4 Detroit.
Ooh.
We just blew a 4-2 lead. Okay, this is our opening day, and it was very discouraging. To
Seventh inning? What?
We are in the bottom of the 7th.
Okay.
I just had a reliever come in and get his stuff lit. And,
that's right. It's lit.
Yeah, and now we've had to make a change on the mound, and we have made that change, and we're moving along.
Areolae ablaze.
I am not going to look at the game. Don't tweet me. Don't let me know. I don't want to know.
Ignited memories.
I'm going to ignited memories is the way to put it. Yeah, I am going to then check back in the waning innings of this game after the show concludes. I don't need results. Not good for the talk show host to ask everybody not to send results because all that happens is all of the results.
Phil Mickelson's navels are on fire.
Oh, you're not going to let me do it. All right, that's it, right? We're moving on.
Sounds good.
Gain control of the show. Jeff Cameron Show.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
TNT Supercenter is your one-stop shop for the largest inventory of golf carts and accessories, stocking over 150 new and pre-owned carts with prices starting under $2,000. Whether you're looking for a standard or custom golf cart, TNT has the perfect cart for you. TNT carries and services leading brands and the full line of premium Mad Jacks accessories. Stop by or call to find out about our zero-down, low-interest rate financing, free delivery, and rental programs. Visit TNTSupercenter.com.
TNT. I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Next to the Dairy Queen in Thomasville. View inventory and pricing at TNTSupercenter.com.
TNT.
Looking for a new place to watch your favorite sporting event? Hobbit American Grill with 3 locations to choose from. Just show them your stub. That's right, your ticket stub from any local sporting event for $1 pints and $3 crafts. BOGO Mondays every Monday with 50% off specials. Like or follow on Facebook to get all the details. PS4 tourneys, trivia, karaoke, darts, and more. Lots of daily lunch specials under $8. Happy hour specials daily and happy hour all day on Friday. The Hobbit American Grill.
Have you ever worked at a place where they didn't want you talking about your salary? Actually, have you ever worked anywhere where they did? Unlikely. But don't you have a right to know? If only there were a simple solution. Well, now there is.
How we find jobs has changed. On Indeed.com, our company reviews give you the inside track on thousands of companies. You can research salaries, benefits, company cultures, and more. All on Indeed.com. Search for greatness. Search Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Indeed is the world's #1 job site according to ComScore total visits.
Capital Rubber and Industrial Supply invites you to come on by and see them. A locally owned and operated company proudly serving the Tallahassee area since 1987, Capital Rubber specializes in hydraulic hose, fitting and adapters, supply industrial hoses and fittings, along with rubber and gasketing products for automotive farming and industrial needs. Capital Rubber sells fuel, air and water, steam, pressure wash, and discharge hose, just to name a few. Capital Rubber's friendly, knowledgeable staff offers more than 50 years of experience to assist you with all your needs. Call them today at 575-1811 or stop by today at 130 Progress Drive behind TCC.
Don't miss Macy's Men's Designer Suit Event with 70 to 85% off best-selling wardrobe essentials like Tommy Hilfiger wool suiting just $119.99. Find the designer names and styles you want in suits, sport coats, and dress pants, $29.99 to $149.99. And complete your look with dress shirts and ties just $19.99. Upgrade your style at Macy's Men's Designer Suit Event, in-store and at Macys.com. Savings off sale prices, exclusions apply.
Don't just listen to The Jeff Cameron Show. Watch it live. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Live, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Head to ESPNTallahassee.com today to watch live or catch up on demand. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Brought to you by Nice Tire and Auto, your trusted Goodyear dealer.
Nice Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Cavaliers won't have their coach on the sidelines tonight, but at least he'll be in the building. Ty Lue will be an observer when the Cavaliers host the Pelicans. He's been away from the team for almost 2 weeks now, taking care of his health. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports Lue hopes to be coaching again by next week. The Cavaliers will finish no better than third in the East, but ESPN's Ryan Hollins says the Raptors should still be worried.
And LeBron is a guy who's always pulled through. And in the midst of injuries,
seven straight trips to the finals, right?
Everybody's banged up, right?
Yeah.
Who's healthy as a horse right now?
LeBron
James. So,
yeah.
Sorry, Toronto.
Ryan Hollins on Golic and Wingo here on ESPN Radio. Major League Baseball today, season opener for the Pirates and Tigers in Detroit. All #1 seeds in the women's Final Four tonight in Columbus. The 4 teams combined have only 6 losses this season. On ESPN2 at 7 Eastern, Louisville faces Mississippi State. Then Notre Dame against unbeaten Connecticut.
You know, when something's so obvious they call it a no-brainer? Well, here's the big one. Barbasol is finally making razors. Introducing the Barbasol Ultra 6 Plus. It's got 6 ultra-thin blades for a close, comfortable shave. You can go to Barbasol.com right now and save some money. That's a no-brainer, too.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday, brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachian Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
What do we have here? There may need to be some form of an investigation by both the NCAA and local law enforcement into what's going on at Clemson. I don't say this because they've had the better of it against us on the football field lately, and their successes have led them to be the power of the ACC. I say this out of concern for the academic excellence in the institution itself, as well as all things holy when it comes to amateur athletics.
Yes, of course.
Clemson police took 3 men into custody yesterday. Actually, it was Wednesday afternoon originally, after an armed robbery was reported at downtown Clemson apartment, Tom. 3 men held the victim at gunpoint, took an undisclosed amount of cash and a cell phone. Police charged Charlie Bernard Fuller, 22, Kavian Maurice Ferguson, 22, Jadar Cantrell Johnson, 22, with armed robbery and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, according to Dixon in a news release. Dixon's the spokesman for the police there. said that Wednesday night that Fuller and Johnson are, in fact, Clemson football players, former Clemson football players, but just barely former, just barely, Tom. Johnson and Fuller were part of the 2016 national championship team, too.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah, he started, did Mr. Johnson 17 games. Kentrell Johnson started 17 games at safety for the Tigers. He did go undrafted in the 2017 NFL draft. He signed with the Giants at the time as an undrafted free agent, but announced his retirement from football. No doubt to go back to Clemson and begin to start his career in crime. He participated in Clemson's Pro Day on March 15 in an effort to return to the NFL. There's another man, Charles Bernard Fuller, began the 2017 season as Clemson's starting running back, Tom.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, he was forced to cede the job to Tavian Feaster and Travis Etienne, as you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
That freaking guy.
Yeah. But at that time, Dabo Swinney just announced that Fuller was probably going to transfer out of the program for 2018. He did rush for almost 600 yards and 4 touchdowns while at Clemson. The third man, oddly enough, played football at Duke. May want to look into Duke, but we could probably forego that investigation. Not that pertinent.
No.
No.
Just dead fishes everywhere.
Everywhere. But we've got 2, dare I say, superstars at Clemson, prominent players on a national championship squad, and what's going on here? Is that the kind of player being recruited to Clemson?
Well, I think
the kind of shenanigans, the fun and games that they're allowed to have there at Clemson under the watchful eye of Dabo Swinney?
One thing I think when I hear this story is lack of institutional control.
Well, Tom, you know, you and I aren't detectives. But in this moment, it is uncanny the way your brain works connected to my brain. Even as non-detectives, the first thing I thought of was, does Clemson lack institutional control? And your brain went there, too.
It's
did. Because these kinds of heinous crimes are illustrations of what can happen when a program's run amok. And no doubt we're seeing evidence by the day that Clemson's program maybe is afoul of the law and NCAA regulations.
Well, if we finish a game with 5 runs and your team finishes with 3 runs, when the game's over, your brain thinks we won. My brain thinks we won because, you know, it's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, I think that's the same kind of thing with the lack of institutional control.
Parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very a good analogy. I agree with that. And I would hope that by Monday or Tuesday, we'll have further information that Clemson may need to shut down the program for a year or two till they can regain the kind of control that we would like to see all member institutions of the NCAA have.
At the very least, you got to shut down the mini golf. I mean, you know.
Do they actually have the mini golf? Is that real?
I don't know that they do. Somebody does.
Because that's cool.
They get the slide, too.
Well, I don't care about slides. I mean, they're fun, whatever. You can find a slide just about anywhere. But man, if you got mini golf, that's pretty tight. I mean, of all the ridiculous bells and whistles that are going on now with these football-only facilities, if you told me, okay, so if it came down to the wire and I wasn't sure I wanted to go to Florida State or Clemson, I'm just saying hypothetically, and one had mini golf, I mean, it might sway you a little bit. Mini golf is cool.
Mini golf is really cool.
Really cool.
I love it every time I do it, and yet it's like bowling.
It's exactly like bowling. In that you think, I don't really care. Well, and then you go and you're like, I should do this more often.
You got to get in line with a bunch of people that you judge, and then, you know, the guy.
Well, that's the same as the gas station.
Well, that's true. The guy's too high to give you the pencil with the scorecard, you know.
I like that about him, though, because if I were working at the mini golf place and had to hand you cards for you to keep your score. And
all right, little man, what color of golf ball do you want?
Red. You want the pink one? You want green? What do you want? Yellow? You want the blue? Okay, I'll get you the blue. I always went with blue.
I was a green guy.
Sometimes, every now and then, if I was on a losing streak, I'd switch it up. Nobody's luckier. Nobody in the history of putt-putt golf, as we like to call it, was luckier than my brother John, who would just randomly slap it and have it bounce off 15 things and go in. It happened all the time.
That sounds like our mutual friend Daniel on the shuffleboard table.
Oh, that's right. Just let's shake it up.
Yeah.
Let's shake. Oh, look, every one of your discs fell off, and mine is right there. Well, hey, Tom,
fortunate is this. Gotcha.
Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Blountstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Smoother, bolder, sharper, comfier, smarter, fiercer, tougher, stronger, longer, greater, prouder. Gravely Zero-Turn Mowers.
At Dale Earnhardt Jr. Buick GMC, you'll deal with people you know, like, and trust, and get the honest, friendly service you deserve. That's why our customers will tell you there's no better car buying experience in town. Visit us today at 1850 Capitol Circle Northeast or online at DaleJr.BuickGMC.com. And remember, you too can be a Hendrick driver.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. Buick GMC Cadillac is back at it, supporting the High School Scholar Athlete of the Month on 97.9 ESPN Radio. Listen every Wednesday to hear our monthly winners. Check them out at Dale Earnhardt Jr. Buick GMCCadillac.com.
Hi, honey. How was your day?
It was fine. Pretty uneventful. How about you?
Well, I called the auditors this afternoon and made an appointment for one to come out to the house.
Wait, what? Have you lost your mind? Auditors? Why would you call them? Now we have to find our tax returns, paycheck stubs, and financial records, not to mention all those forms. Good grief.
Relax, honey. It's not that kind of auditor.
It's not?
No. I called the City of Tallahassee Utilities and scheduled a free energy audit.
Energy audit?
Right. It's when an energy auditor from our own utilities comes out to the house, examines the structure, and checks our energy and water systems, and then recommends changes we might make to save energy, water, and money.
And you said it's free?
Absolutely. It's free from the City of Tallahassee Utilities, our own utilities.
Sounds good to me. Let's save some money.
If you're a City of Tallahassee residential, electric, and natural gas customer, you can schedule a free energy audit. Call 891-4YOU. That's 891-4968. And schedule your free energy audit at a time most convenient for you. A message from the City of Tallahassee Utilities, your own utilities.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, savings coming at ya, savings coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you at practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
At CVS Pharmacy at Target, we put a little extra heart into everything we do, like actively looking to save you money. Generics, 90-day refills, even rewards. Get a $5 Target coupon for every 10 prescriptions. On your next Target run, stop by CVS Pharmacy. We're the place with the big heart. Not valid on all prescriptions, including those purchased in Arkansas, New Jersey, or New York. Other restrictions apply. See cvs.com/extracare-target or the pharmacy for details. CVS Pharmacy at Target. Health is everything.
You're listening to The Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Like, everybody's got a phobia. Everybody's got something that bothers them more than it bothers other people. Sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes it's a sound. Sometimes it's a way to die. Sometimes it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You worry about knives, I think. if I've known you well enough over the years, knives concern you.
That just seems like I know it's not. Burning probably is, or drowning, whatever. But, knives are a pretty bad way to go.
It's not fun, I don't think. I mean, I imagine getting stabbed repeatedly is awful. Yeah. I think burning may be worse, though, Tom. I'm going to go with burning or drowning as worse. But you concede that? Yeah?
I did concede that,
All
but
right.
it's just it's a particular.
But it sticks with you.
Well, I don't like even I won't mention it beyond one time. Paper cuts, it's just right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't like them either.
So
We don't do that.
Even scratches, I just the
Cutting,
friction of that.
Cutting of skin. You're not a fan. You're
man.
not a fan. It gets
Come
you.
on.
It gets you.
Shoot me.
It gets you.
Just shoot me.
Well, I bring this up because it's loosey-goosey. It's Libations Friday, and I could anyhow. But I have a thing when I'm in big cities. Now, you will be able to deal with this. You were up in New York City. You've been
Big
there
old
numerous
cities.
times. I have a thing when I'm in big cities and I'm riding the subway or I'm on anything like the L in Chicago or anything like that. I don't trust people enough to stand anywhere near the damn tracks as I'm waiting for my ride, if you will. I don't just people either I'm worried they're a klutz and they're going to just stumble into me.
Well, that's true.
Or they're drunk or they're demented. They've got, their mental health issue, which is sad, but I don't want to be the victim of somebody's mental diseases. I have to, So it seems like once every 6 months when I set out to start the day and I'm reading what we do in preparation for this show, it may not always sound like it, but it's true. We do a lot of reading. There's a lot of reading, and I end up coming across a lot of newspapers online. It used to be that back in the old days, I'd literally go out. I still remember this. I would go, when I first started doing radio, I would go to a Publix or some such place, and I would get for the week, I'd get the Baseball Weekly, the USA Today one that they had.
Right, yeah.
I'd get that. I'd buy, of course, the Miami Herald, the Atlanta Journal, Constitution, the St. Petersburg Times. I would sometimes buy the Detroit Free Press. I would usually buy USA Today, even though that's bubblegum. I would sometimes buy the Washington Post. I would buy the New York Times.
Many periodicals.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I spend a lot of my paycheck on newspapers because you can sit down, devour them, and find your stories and write it out. And then I would write it out. It was a very arduous process.
Should have gotten reimbursed for those purchases.
Yeah, should have. I wasn't. But anyhow, the point would be that's what I would do. And I would find stories and I'd say, well, I could use this on Wednesday, or I use this on Tuesday, or I like this for today. And I'd kind of in the margins. So there's pictures of me doing radio with Todd Van Dyke, my first at WTCL, where I'm sitting at a table like this, and the whole table is covered with newspapers, and you can see where I've highlighted and written notes and circled certain things. That's how it was. Anyhow, the benefit of that was that when you weren't using just the sports section to do your stuff, I would always read these other stories, these other articles, especially because the Mississippi Times it's such a great newspaper, just a great newspaper for all those years. And, you know the areas. So I'd read all those stories about, this is a funny one. I could use this. Like, it's just some dumbass at a fast food place doing something ridiculous. I could use those as my side stories. But I swear every time I read the New York Times or read the Wall Street Journal or read a story in the New York Daily News, somebody's got a problem at the damn subway, man. And I cringe every time I read that story. It happened today. A woman shoved a man onto the subway tracks at Union Square this morning. Now, this time, luckily, the victim, managed to escape before the next train hit him. He got out just in time. Can you imagine the horror of the moment you realize you have been pushed onto the tracks and in an inbound train is on its way? Those things aren't slow. The second you realize I've got seconds to live or die. Now, what I'm shocked by is this. Marjorie Chambers, 57 years old, pushed the 27-year-old victim onto the downtown Q train track when he walked by her at 12:15 a.m., according to police. The victim was walking close to the edge on the yellow safety strip, which wouldn't have been me.
Right, yeah.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
When he was pushed without warning. After somebody called the police, the cops rushed to the platform. They were able to pull the man to safety. Chambers was charged with reckless endangerment. She has 2 prior arrests for criminal trespass.
How about attempted murder?
I was just about to say, attempted murder is a big one. She claimed to the cops that the man had been bothering her. The shock of this story to me isn't that a deranged New York woman has pushed a man onto the tracks and that he survived or died or either way. It's that it doesn't read the 27-year-old man has also been charged for assaulting Marjorie Chambers repeatedly as the police fought to pull him off of her. That story would read, Jeff Cameron bludgeoned the woman to death upon getting off the tracks, right? I mean, how is that not part of that story? But also, I freak out a little bit when I read about people getting pushed on tracks, so maybe I would have an overreaction. But I don't think you can have an overreaction. No. She would have been thrown on the tracks.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? I am. That would have been the moment. Like that's exactly how that would have gone down.
I'm going to go medieval on your ass.
That's a crazy. Did you worry about it when you were at Iona or any other time that you go to New York City and visit family? Do you ever, or any big city? That's like my worry.
I mean, I don't really get close to the train until it arrives. I mean, and that sounds like an obvious answer, but what I mean is you walk down the stairs and you get down to that level. It's always hot as hell down there.
Hot as Hades. Always. It stinks.
The
summertime, forget it.
Ugh. Yeah, certain stations.
Urine,
stay away from.
everything else.
God.
Yeah, it's not good.
Anyway, I just stay towards the middle. I don't even wander towards the side I need to go to. Now, with MARTA in Atlanta, I've been to a couple of those stations, and they're very thin walkways when you loop around, at least the ones by Atlantic Station. And so I would just put my back and pin it on the tile wall. I'll just pin my back on the wall, and I'll rest right here.
I'll be right here, yeah. Most uncomfortable experience I've ever had? I actually rode the famed John Rocker 7 train to Shea.
Oh, really?
I did. Yeah.
Wait. Like John was on the train?
No. He remember he made the famous comment because he went on the 7 and he talked about the people that he was dealing with.
Oh, he go through Queens, yeah.
Right. No, but I've done that more than once, but I did it on my way to a game there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so overcrowded. They let too many people on. It drives me nuts when they do that. That is uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I am pinned up against a window and there are people leaning against you and you can't move. And if something goes down, you got no shot.
Correct.
You got no shot.
You're just a packaged sardine
You're
of death.
just done. But if somebody loses it, you got nowhere to go.
Right. Well, it's like storming the court. When I stormed the court twice when we beat J.J. Redick and Duke.
Much to the chagrin of a certain head coach.
Yeah, exactly right. Get my players off the court.
Yeah.
The first time I was in the very middle of the court storming.
Did that make you uncomfortable?
Yes. Mm-hmm. The second time I stayed to the periphery.
On the periphery, yeah.
I'm not about that life because I'm not going to trust old Chuckles over here who's had, a couple of energy drinks. There were 4 Locos, I'm not trusting that kid. He's going to keep his balance. He's got flip-flops on.
Yeah. No.
Show contributor Chris was in the middle of that thing, and he had flip-flops on. So a kid trips on a flip-flop or steps on your foot, so you could break your foot, you could fall, get trampled. No, man. No, I did it once, and once was enough. The second time, I was like, "Ooh, look at everybody! They're storming the court."
Yeah, I don't get anywhere close. I'd rather come close to missing the transportation. That I'm waiting on.
Then walk across the face of a shady customer.
I'm not walking in front of anybody. You have no chance to push. We'd have to be fighting with me up against a brick wall for you to get me onto the tracks. It ain't happening.
You'd have to do American Gladiators joust.
It's not going to happen. I'm not going to be anywhere near that. Okay, so the railings, the posts that sit in the middle that go all the way down, I'm up against them every time.
Be like taking down Gemini.
Every time.
You're not taking me down.
You're not doing it. No, we're not doing that. Anyhow, just didn't know if in your time there you ever worried about it or if I was irrational.
But, those seconds of panic would be terrible if the train's coming your way.
It's the worst.
But it beats the hell out of getting stabbed to death 15 times.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I agree with you on that one. But I don't sit around worried about getting stabbed. I do worry when I'm at the subway that somebody's going to get froggy. It's Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Close on Monday, April 2nd. 3 days and counting. Kraft Nissan on Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco. Must finance through MMEC. In-stock units only.
Today, when you buy any golf cart at TNT Supercenter in Thomasville, they will deliver it to you for free. Yes, free delivery within a 50-mile radius of Thomasville and TNT Supercenter. This means you, Tallahassee, and you too, Valdosta. And it gets even better. For a limited time, when you purchase your cart at TNT Supercenter, you'll receive huge discounts, up to 30% off on all your accessories. We're talking major discounts on wheels, tires, lifts, seats, you name it, on everything you'll need to customize and personalize your new golf cart. TNT Supercenter has new carts, pre-owned carts, club car and Yamaha carts, even Star EV carts. And when you buy today at TNT Supercenter, they will deliver it for free within a 50-mile radius of Thomasville. Are you listening, Valdosta? Did you hear me, Tallahassee? Over 150 carts in stock with free delivery and huge discounts on accessories. Only at TNT Supercenter, US 19 South, next to the Dairy Queen in Thomasville. View inventory and pricing at TNTSupercenter.com.
At CVS Pharmacy at Target, we put a little extra heart into everything we do, like actively looking to save you money. Generics, 90-day refills, even rewards. Get a $5 Target coupon for every 10 prescriptions. On your next Target run, stop by CVS Pharmacy. We're the place with the big heart. Not valid on all prescriptions, including those purchased in Arkansas, New Jersey, or New York. Other restrictions apply. See cvs.com/extracare-target or the pharmacy for details. CVS Pharmacy at Target. Health is everything.
Driving every day from the AmeriGas studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is 97.9 ESPN Radio, WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Cavaliers won't have their coach on the sidelines tonight, but at least he'll be in the building. Ty Lue will be an observer when the Cavaliers host the Pelicans. He's been away from the team for almost 2 weeks now, taking care of his health. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports Lue hopes to be coaching again by next week. The Cavaliers will finish no better than third in the East, but ESPN's Ryan Hollins says the Raptors should still be worried.
And LeBron is a guy who's always pulled through. And in the midst of injuries,
seven straight trips to the finals, right?
Everybody's banged up, right?
Yeah.
Who's healthy as a horse right now?
LeBron
James. So,
yeah.
Sorry, Toronto.
Ryan Hollins on Golic and Wingo here on ESPN Radio. Major League Baseball today, season opener for the Pirates and Tigers in Detroit. All number one seeds in the women's Final Four tonight in Columbus. The four teams combined have only 6 losses this season. On ESPN2 at 7 Eastern, Louisville faces Mississippi State. Then Notre Dame against unbeaten Connecticut.
You know, when something's so obvious they call it a no-brainer? Well, here's the big one. Barbasol is finally making razors. Introducing the Barbasol Ultra 6 Plus. It's got 6 ultra-thin blades for a close, comfortable shave. You can go to Barbasol.com right now and save some money. That's a no-brainer, too.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday. Brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachia Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Number 2, Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio, and a fine Libations Friday to you, loosey-goosey edition of the program, as we're wont to do on this fine day. You can email us if you like. It's jcs@979espnradio.com. By the way, again, as always is the case, all 3 hours are going to be posted upon the conclusion of the show. So if you miss anything, we'll post it up on iTunes and in our own audio vault. That's a good thing. You can email us, as I said, and on Twitter, it's at J Cameron Show. WTSM app for mobile devices. Also, just because I want to answer this question, I got it a lot yesterday. It was tweeted at us. I get it. Maybe you're passively listening. No, the Jeff Cameron Show will not be routinely jettisoned in the way that you were guessing it would be to make way for Atlanta Braves baseball. No, that's not going to happen. This show will run 3 to 6, just as it always has. The Braves will not take precedent. So, no.
No, that was never part of the discussion.
No.
If they said that they wanted that, then we wouldn't have picked them up. Pretty simple. But we're going to run at least 100 games this summer.
Which is
that's
exciting.
cool.
Yeah, it is. And yesterday's game was exciting. What a great way to start the Braves campaign here. So, anyhow, those of you that are Braves fans, you'll be happy about that. Those of you that hate me are sad to hear me tell you that.
There was one person that said, well, it's only a partial schedule. I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So my man wants 162.
He wants every single game.
Yes, he does.
Well, if you're a diehard, and by the way, baseball is the sport that I admit, if you love,
Sure.
It's the one to listen to on radio above all else.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And we're happy to have them, on board, obviously with the sponsors too, AmeriGas Propane and Metro Deli. Thank you for your support of Atlanta Braves baseball right here. And the next game will carry, we have a schedule on ESPN Tallahassee. I may as well do the full promo thing, but ESPNTallahassee.com/Braves. Very simple. We'll have an updated schedule every month that shows you what games we're going to carry. Some nights we'll have, for example, the NBA Finals or the first round of the NFL Draft. So we're not picking up every single game, but if you want the list, just go to ESPNTallahassee.com/Braves. There you go.
Great time yesterday, opening day, Major League Baseball, and then now we get the Final Four. Get to that momentarily. Of course, Florida State baseball tonight, Game 2. They won Game 1 yesterday. We enjoyed a fine opening day over at the Corner Pocket, and a cool opening day it was. I mean, you had a lot of weird things happen. A home run on the very first pitch of the season. We all watched the Cubs dismantle the Marlins 8-4. Not a surprise there. The Cubs are going to be one of the best teams in baseball, but it's always cool when you see something unique anyhow in baseball, which you do get a lot of, as Tim Kirchin is fond of pointing out. Something different in baseball that you've never seen before happens all the time, and that is the first one that I remember. I don't remember Dwight Evans' home run in '86. I've since seen it on repeat, but that was the last time it happened, where the very first pitch of the season goes yard, and the Cubs do beat the Marlins 8-4. Your Mets dismantled the Cardinals 9-4. Noah Syndergaard striking out 10. The Orioles and Twins in a great game. It was a comeback for the Twins, forced extra innings. Orioles end up winning it 3-2. But there were 4 games, I think it was 4, in which a team trailed by 4 runs or more in the second half of the ball game, 6th inning or later, and teams came back to win. I know the Rays did it to the Red Sox 6-4. Of course, you had Giancarlo Stanton begin his Yankees career with a bang. He homers twice, had an RBI double in a Yankee debut. His first at-bat ended in the hardest hit opposite field home run since Major League Baseball began tracking exit velocity in 2015.
Well, now.
Yeah. Dude's a horse. Matthew rounded up that stat for us. Good stuff, Matthew. The A's 6, Angels 5. In a great game, a walk-off single in the bottom of the 11th. By the way, that was the debut as well of Ohtani. He was a paltry 1 for 5. What are you doing, loser?
Well, I think that was his first at bat too. Early in the game, I saw the update on ESPN. Yeah, he's pitching on Sunday.
Unfortunately, the Phillies were part of that history. I say unfortunately because the Braves came all the way back and ended up winning 8-5 on Markakis' 3-run homer with 2 outs in the ninth. That'll hurt your feelings. That's a toughie. Brewers 2, Padres 1. Nobody wanted to watch that. I certainly didn't. White Sox scored 14 runs, and Matt Davidson became the 4th player in Major League history to homer 3 times on opening day. Tim Anderson also had a multi-home run day. White Sox had a ton of home runs. They're just steady hitting home runs.
That's what they're going to do this year, huh?
So a whole bunch of home runs, buddy.
What's the division you feel like you were, least prepared for to talk about? For me, it would be the AL Central, and it usually is the AL Central, right?
Yeah, I guess the default has been lately just to say Cleveland.
Right.
You know?
Well, Minnesota was a surprise last year.
Exactly.
They lost on an Adam Jones walk-off yesterday, a home run to left.
Giants-Dodgers 1-0, and I would not have guessed that Ty Blatch was going to find a way to beat Clayton Kershaw, but he did. Mariners 2-1. Felix Hernandez became just the 7th pitcher to start at least 10 straight opening days. Got his 7th opening day win, tied with Randy Johnson, Tom Seaver, and Jimmy Key. Remember Jimmy Key?
Not really.
Okay. D-backs 8-2 over the Rockies. Jake Lamb leading the D-backs with 4 runs driven in there. So, cool opening day, except for the Pirates got rained out. That wasn't cool, but that's all right. Things happen.
Since now we have result, or you will, and whatever. I haven't looked today, but you guys started a few hours back.
Yeah, well, I'm not checking.
The over-under win total for you guys that you're setting as an alert fan.
Well, I've wrestled with this, Tom, because I fight this irrational effort in my brain. My brain keeps telling me we can be a lot better than perhaps the metrics tell us.
Right.
Surprises happen all the time, and we do have a very good bullpen. And what do you think? And I catch myself doing that all the time. But really, I mean, a lot of things are going to have to go right for us to win more than 77 games.
Okay. So 77 is the over-under.
Sadly. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that I think 77 is what I'll put as the over-under. It's it ain't pretty. We're not great. I mean, we did roll out Ivan Nova today on opening day. I mean,
Yeah. He was okay for you down the stretch last year, wasn't he?
No.
Oh.
No, Ivan Nova.
Well, that's not good.
He's okay. He's not great. 2 years ago, it's all right.
Oh, it was 2 years ago now.
It's been a little while.
Boy.
It's been a little
Time
while.
flies, huh?
We're not great, buddy. We're not great. Now, he's not the ace. Jameson Taillon is, but it's just the way it fell. But it's still, I hate that. That tells you a little bit something about a lack of depth.
It'll be a long year.
Could be. But I still love it, and I'll still be watching.
More wins.
I'll still be celebrating.
More wins. Your Pirates or Millar's Rays? Ooh.
That's a great battle.
That should be a tussle that you two wager on. And
we ought to.
We should have him come on every month so you can check out who's got the lead.
Well, I didn't ask you, by the way, how many games do you think the Mets win? You are a weird team because if you stay healthy, obviously you can pitch. I mean,
I don't think we'll run down the Nats if we're healthy. Maybe. But 86.5. I think that's a good number. 86.5.
I should have done the Major League over-unders. I didn't even bother. Big Daddy J has been slacking lately. I was on a run, and then Big Daddy just went away. And, it's too late now. The season started.
Well, I mean, I suppose. You could do one on Monday maybe and just reset because there's still some pseudo-opening days going on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to do it officially in Vegas and bet real money.
Yeah, you don't mean for the listeners' purposes.
No, I'm talking about
your own purpose.
Yeah, actually us betting on baseball, which I failed. I will tell you this. This is our year, listeners. This is I am not having it. We've had a good run, and it doesn't, the fun doesn't stop. Baseball will be featured prominently in about 2 weeks on a regular basis for Big Daddy J to cozy on up. Hot damn, Big Daddy's done it again. Mm-hmm. Because when you click on wherever it is you click and you talk to whomever it is you talk to about perhaps wagering on a game, you now have the ability to look at the entirety of a Major League Baseball slate. Hot damn, Big Daddy's done it again. Woo! Big Daddy's pumped. That's it. The real gamblers, the ones out in Vegas, the ones who do it for a living, they love making money on baseball.
Are you going to look at?
I'm going to learn more about how they make money on baseball. I'm telling you that right now. There's a method to the madness.
Stanley Cup playoffs. Are you going to look at that at all?
Yeah.
Is that going to be my department?
Well, kind of. I mean, I don't have Big Daddy hasn't done advanced research with the help of Matthew and anybody else for that matter to look up certain trends for postseason hockey. It's much harder.
Well, you start wagering around Game 3. At that point, you can kind of see, home ice might change a little bit of the way the game's called or, the way it's managed because there's a nuance to that I won't go into. But you can kind of see after 2 games, everything one team's got, everything the other team's got. The goalies will be the X factors, but beyond that.
So you're telling me let's just wait a little bit here, and then we'll go. Then we'll give
middle
it a go.
of the first round, you'll have a pretty good idea of what to do.
Well, I'm already looking at the lines for Major League Baseball today, and I'm not going to go down that road. It's too early, and we'll just kind of take a deep breath and enjoy the games for the games. I'm not so hung up on my gambling wagers and everything else that I have to just not enjoy the games for the first few days of the season without having to put some action on it.
Was nice to put on Channel 479 Xfinity last night, wasn't it? MLB Tonight, get the roundup.
Oh, man, it's the best. It's just the sounds. I was watching it laying in bed. I sat down. Look here. What do we got right here? And then I set the timer on the TV, and I fall asleep to the sound of baseball.
And they show the, whatever their national advertiser, the Scots, the Scots lawn. And then it's in the HD of MLB Network, which is second to none. And you just see the beautiful green grass, even if it is CGI.
So here's a guy topic, and it's something that I'm looking into. I cannot fathom. We were talking yesterday. Ed, who's a friend of ours, came up to watch the baseball yesterday, and he I don't want to give away his entire life, but anyhow, he works at a place where there are a lot of electronics, and he certainly has an expertise in that realm. And I was, as I'm wont to do as a man, talking to him about televisions. That always comes up.
So he works at Michael's.
So I ended up saying, when's the right time? And he gave me the wrong answer. He said, now's the time to pull the trigger. And so I'm telling you, the death watch is on for that television in my back bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Something could happen.
Yeah.
Something could happen to
maybe
that television.
Saturday morning when the kids are playing sports and mom took them.
I don't know what could happen. I have to make it look like an accident. I am setting up a homicide of a television. I mean, I am. I am setting up the downfall of a perfectly functioning television. There's nothing wrong with it except for it's old and big. It takes up too much space, and it's not technologically as advanced as I'd like it to be.
Yes.
And it needs to meet its maker.
I've got the plan for you.
But I can't, because if I break the glass, she's already heard me mention too many times that I could accidentally have a fall.
Yeah.
And she's already heard me mention that I could, I once mentioned something about cutting a wire of some kind. So she's going to look for a couple things just to make sure everything's on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm concerned about that.
I've got the plan for you.
What's the plan?
Okay. So it requires your dog.
I got 2 of them.
Right. Well, I would go with the bigger of the 2.
Okay, Steve.
Yep. So Steve, you need to get his paws in the dirt a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then you need to take him to the back and put those dirty little paws on the back of the TV or the side of it, however you can leverage it.
He's not strong enough to push that TV over.
Even if he were to jump on it.
No, it's a tank. It's the first iteration of the HD television.
So it's really tall. It's all one
big.
unit.
It's all one unit. It's on the ground. I don't even have to place it on anything. It's so damn big. Yeah, you couldn't do it.
So there's a big speaker in the base of it,
yeah,
kind of a thing?
Big speaker in the base of it.
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
I was going to say, put the paw prints on the television, and then dirty paw prints on the carpet in your room, and then there it is.
Go, what have you done?
Right.
Yeah.
And then you get him a big steak when she's gone.
Yeah, no, believe me, I've thought of all these things. I don't know what I got to do. I think maybe just mashing the power button in so that it breaks. It's on the front of the television?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a controller.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm walking by, I'll just pop it, just tap it while I'm walking to go to the bathroom, and then come back and sit down in the bed, and the TV's ready to roll. I could push it down really hard, and then it just pops in. It goes inward, it breaks. I'm like, well, we're not fixing this. I mean, that's ridiculous. The power switch is broken.
Just let Bryson Clark play baseball in your bedroom.
But then they'll get in trouble, and I don't trust the youngest to keep his mouth shut.
Well, that was my fault. You can't blame the kids.
He'll roll me. He'll straight up be like, well, Dad told us to come in here and break this, Mom. He will. If you interrogate Clark, he's got no shot.
He cracks within a half second.
He cracks within a second. Bryce is stone cold. He'll look you right in the face. I didn't do that. And you know damn well he did. He'll just look at you. That never happened.
Is the work yours? I can't lie to Dean Martin. Yes, it is.
Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Why does Mahindra have 97% satisfaction? Ask our owners.
This gives me the ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
I decided on Mahindra just because of the sheer strength, the size, the ease of the workability, and it was more of a comfortable machine than the others.
You could lift just about anything with that thing. It has never let me down.
And now get the industry's best 7-year limited powertrain warranty on select models.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my poor truck. Always enough. I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Head to your local retailer to pick up One Step Complete.
Today, when you buy any golf cart at TNT Supercenter in Thomasville, they will deliver it to you for free. Yes, free delivery within a 50-mile radius of Thomasville and TNT Supercenter. This means you, Tallahassee, and you too, Valdosta. And it gets even better. For a limited time, when you purchase your cart at TNT Supercenter, you'll receive huge discounts, up to 30% off on all your accessories. We're talking major discounts on wheels, tires, lifts, seats, you name it, on everything you'll need to customize and personalize your new golf cart. TNT Supercenter has new carts, pre-owned carts, club car and Yamaha carts, even Star EV carts. And when you buy today at TNT Supercenter, they will deliver it for free within a 50-mile radius of Thomasville. Are you listening, Valdosta? Did you hear me, Tallahassee? Over 150 carts in stock with free delivery and huge discounts on accessories. Only at TNT Supercenter, US 19 South, next to the Dairy Queen in Thomasville. View inventory and pricing at TNTSupercenter.com.
TNT.
Nestled in Midtown Tallahassee, you'll find a piece of old Ireland. Finnegan's Wake Irish Pub. Locally owned and operated, Finnegan's Wake is the only pub in Tallahassee with an authentic Irish bar. Finnegan's Wake offers the largest selection of Irish whiskey in town and pours more Guinness than any bar or restaurant from Pensacola to Jacksonville. Open daily from 3 p.m. to 2 a.m., Finnegan's offers live music from local and national acts, karaoke, and hospitality nights, and is Tallahassee's premier viewing location for all professional soccer leagues matches. Finnegan's Wake Irish Pub, right off Thomasville Road next to 5th and Thomas. Come join us for a pint, a match, and more stories.
I have known for some time now that some insurance companies are not exactly being truthful with their customers, stating such things as if you do not use one of their approved body shops, they will not guarantee the repairs, or it may cost you more out of pocket. Here at Lisa's Paint and Body Shop, the work we do is guaranteed for as long as you own your vehicle. Lisa's Paint and Body Shop, 385-2665.
License number MP46050.
Games for Less, the only locally owned and operated gaming store in town, has Tallahassee's largest selection of new and used video games and game systems. The future of video gaming is at Games for Less, where they have both the PS4 and Xbox One. It's time to trade in your old systems and elevate your gaming experience now. Games for Less is also your headquarters for the best in retro gaming. Atari 2600, original Nintendo, Super NES, or Sega Genesis, you name it. They got it at Games for Less. Games for Less, the Super Walmart Shopping Center on Appalachia Parkway. Give them a call today at 850-219-3535. That's Games for Less.
AmeriGas Propane would like to take this time to thank their valued customers for their business. At AmeriGas, serving their customers in a safe and responsible manner is their top priority. They're proud to be a part of the local community and participate in the many activities that support local charities and organizations that improve the neighborhoods where we all work, live, and play. For your propane needs, call on AmeriGas Propane. Call 877-1122.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Vegas is looking, I think the bet that you can make for the NFL draft, Tom, is being worked out now at Westgate. How many quarterbacks go in the first round? And so the obvious line you would set is 4.5. So they'll probably make it 4.5. And I bet the majority of people will bet the over, but I'm going to take the under. I think it's 4 because I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to get drafted in the first round. So the usual 4, right, that everybody has on their board, including Baker Mayfield, will make it in the first round. But after that, I think Lamar falls out. But now that's a good over-under. Here's why I bring it up, because I like to bet. The other reason I bring it up, Mel Kiper projects, and think what we want about Mel, but anyhow, projects 5 quarterbacks to go in the first round. And he thinks Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen might be the first 3 players selected, which is really interesting. That has not happened, by the way, since, can you name the year?
The first 3 went?
Mm-hmm.
1,
2, 3.
1998.
Really good guess. Man, I'm proud of you, buddy. 1999.
Was it Peyton Leaf and Akili Smith?
You kind of got your years.
Damn it.
It was Tim Couch.
Okay.
Donovan McNabb.
Okay.
And Akili Smith.
Okay.
So, yeah. But it reminded me that Akili Smith was ass, and so was Tim Couch.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. 1, 2, 3.
And McNabb was the pick that got booed the most in the moment.
Right. Eagles fans just crushed it.
Right. It was Cleveland, Philly, and then Cincinnati was the one that took Akili Smith, I think.
Yeah. Regrettably. But, yeah, so there you go. I was reading several different articles about the draft, and I stumbled across this one that Chris Wright wrote. And here's what it was. His angle was on first-round quarterbacks, what conferences have they come out of. And he's going, you can look at the last 50 years. There have been 105 quarterbacks that have been taken in the first round. More than half, 55, have been taken in the last 20 years. So the importance of quarterback, et cetera. But the thing that I thought was interesting in all of this is that what you end up finding out more than anything else is if you want to be taken in the first round of the draft as a quarterback, do not go to the Big Ten under any circumstances. The Big Ten has not had a first-round draft pick at quarterback since 1995.
Oh, wow.
Kerry Collins.
Really?
I mean, God, dog, you sorry. That is pitiful. 1995.
Wow. That is nuts.
Well, because people will go, well, Tom Brady, 6th round, dude. Drew Brees.
Right. I would have thought maybe Chad Henne because somebody took a chance on the arm, but I guess not.
Not a first-round pick at quarterback coming out of the Big Ten since 1995. That's like that Chris Rick stat down in Miami. You know, I mean, that's he's 30-something years old now, right? We laugh every time we play the clip. Kerry Collins in 1995 was the last time the Big Ten had a quarterback go in the first round. Get it together, Big Ten.
Yeah, it was 2004 was the last time we lost a game in Miami, right?
No, was it that long ago?
That was Chris Ricks was the quarterback, right?
I thought it was even longer.
That was we had to play that game on a Friday night. That was the hurricane and moved us up to a Friday.
That's remarkable to hear that. It's crazy. I mean, because you can go and look at non-Power 5 conferences all day long, and you'll find plenty of others that have gone. You know, I mean, Michael Vick was in the Big East when he came out of Virginia Tech. Alex Smith, Utah. You know, I mean, you just go on down the list of people.
Right.
what are you doing in the Big Ten?
Whole lot of-
Besides, a whole lot of nothing. Good Lord. Since that time, going back 50 years, 8 of those are out of the ACC. Of course, you had a number 1 overall pick there in Jameis Winston. The Big 12's had 8. The Pac-12 does well, has had 12. Back in the day, because SEC offenses were a lot like the NFL offenses, SEC quarterbacks were going a lot, 12, in fact. That's not as true now, but that happened for a long time. But there you get the goose egg with the Big Ten. That's nothing about nothing other than we're just talking about. The draft is a month away. We're going to be excited to celebrate it as we do every year. And you start looking at these quarterbacks, and I'm not enamored with anybody. And Lamar Jackson's pro day was yesterday. He looked terrible. I just
That'll be another one for the ACC, though.
He ain't going to the first round, man.
Our conference puts him left and right.
You know what's weird is yesterday Lamar Jackson decided not to run or do anything that would once again showcase or remind scouts just how uniquely gifted of an athlete he is. And I understand there's a buildup of years of prejudice in which if you're a mobile quarterback, let alone a black mobile quarterback, the thought is I really have to show these guys I can throw because they're making certain assumptions about me that I can't sit in the pocket and make passes. But really, a lot of times that was more about, frankly, the offenses guys were in, white, black, or otherwise, mobile quarterbacks. But the league is changing so much that guys that don't play traditionally or traditional pro-style offenses have opportunities now and opportunities to succeed at a very high level. See Deshaun Watson, amongst others. If you're going to take Baker Mayfield, for example, you're going to be taking Baker Mayfield out of an offense that doesn't resemble an NFL offense. So there's a different example. He doesn't run like Deshaun does, but he's running, he's not under center, and it's
you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So lots of these guys now get these opportunities, and I think because of that, with attitudes changing about a non-traditional, quote-unquote, quarterback in college who succeeds at a high level, wins a lot of games, wins a Heisman Trophy in the case of Lamar Jackson, I don't think you're doing yourself a disservice by showcasing the athleticism that go above and beyond your throwing. I mean, people can look at the film and see that you've got accuracy issues. That is going to plague him no matter what, because he does. He does. That's why if you're taking him for the long term. You're saying 4 and 5 years from now we feel pretty good about him, and we can incorporate some of the other elements that he does bring to the table that are unique to him, which, by the way, are very unique to him. Nobody runs like that dude runs.
Yes, with the elusiveness that he runs
he's ridiculous.
with, too.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. So ridiculous that it's not crazy to think of him making it at another position. I'm not one of those guys, right? Ordinarily, when I hear people say, well, Tim Tebow should just be a tight end, or just be a fullback, it doesn't work that way. There are very few people, no matter how gifted they are, that having never done something could step into the NFL and go, I can do that at an NFL level. Running routes is complicated. Blocking there's technique to this. If you've not done these things, you can't assume because you're really good or really big or you're the prototype body-wise for certain things that you can just get into the league and do it. Now, there are people who can do it, especially crossing sports. We see basketball players do it, become tight ends. Basketball players, arguably the best athletes in the world. I mean, they are exceptions, and you can't just say, hey, this guy played quarterback in college, let's make him a receiver. Can people do it? Yes, we've seen it, but it is rare. But he's somebody you could look at and you'd go, well, I wouldn't be shocked if he excelled at another position on a football field because he's freakishly gifted as an athlete.
Yes, freakishly fast. T. Peasy is a good example, Terrell Pryor, and he's a freakishly gifted athlete.
Freakishly gifted athlete, and he's turned into more than a serviceable receiver.
Right, he's got a big body that can take the punishment too. Is it Edelman or Amendola? Which are the white guys? I think it's Edelman. That was
who was a quarterback at a small college.
Antoine Randall L. comes to mind.
You can find these guys. You remember their names because they're so infrequent.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to say that to dispel the point. I'm saying, here are the examples of guys who have done it. But with Lamar, the argument you could make about a late first-round selection would be if a team is successful and has an answer, why not take a flyer on this freak of an athlete? And worst-case scenario, maybe he's a position player. But let's give him 2 or 3 years in a stable situation to grow at the NFL level.
Well, and maybe it would be too bunched together because of who they have currently. But if anybody knows something about getting the most out of a player's multiple talents, including the running game and incorporating it almost immediately into what they're doing, it would be the Texans. So, like, if the Texans found a way, if they drafted him
right
in the second round
yeah,
or something, you'd almost go, okay, because he could learn. It's too much together. I'm saying
Yes.
if Deshaun Watson had been there for 4 or 5 years, because injuries are a problem with guys that do utilize their legs as frequently as he does and others do, then you would want a guy who is similar, to learn behind him and learn how to incorporate that properly into his game and into the offense, and you will have figured out what works and what doesn't work and cater to that. I mean, Deshaun obviously was having great success. Now, I'm not saying Lamar Jackson is Deshaun Watson. He's not. Deshaun is a better passer.
But if you have principles that are the same.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, Seattle would be a fit.
I think so. I think then you would do it. Then you would take a guy and say, all right, we don't need you right now. But if you're helping on playing quarterback, which he clearly is because he's not running for anybody, he's not doing any of the things to showcase that element of his game, then you say, all right, well, look, we'll take you. If you fall to us mid-second, we'll take you. But you're going to be a backup, and we're going to want you to slowly learn and incorporate, and we'll get it figured out with what we can do with your legs and watch somebody who does utilize their legs, but to a lesser degree.
You bring up Deshaun Watson, and I was among those who thought Deshaun would be a good NFL quarterback, but I also think that we need to reel it in. There's a coronation that's gone on where people have seen what he's brought to the table, and it is wholly impressive. There's no doubt about that.
He looked amazing.
But there's film on him, and there are limitations because he's going to take hits. And what does that do to his psyche? What does it do to his body? Let's go easy on this Deshaun Watson is the savior in Houston thing. He might be, but the odds say he's going to be a good quarterback. He doesn't have to be God. But it's amazing. I hear talk as we're talking about the draft, and you're right. Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, they're benefiting from what Deshaun Watson was able to put on film this year. Both of them are.
Yeah.
But there's this false memory of what Deshaun was. He was breathtaking in moments, but a couple of those moments were garbage time comebacks or, cheap scores.
By the way, Dak Prescott is a good example of people getting carried away. Dak Prescott went to a loaded situation. They have the best offensive line in football, the best running back in football, and a Hall of Fame wide receiver. And he goes there and he produces. Now, we had that conversation. We said it's very impressive. Given the offense he played in college, it is very impressive to go there, win that job, and excel at the level that he did. You don't take anything away from those accomplishments, but you do, or I at least am apt to say, well, it's a nice situation he got dropped into there. Let's see what happens if things aren't going well, if you have some injury problems on the offensive line, if you see your Hall of Fame receiver begin to regress. Those things happened last year in Dallas, and he wasn't the same guy as he was his rookie season because football is the ultimate team game. We are very quick, especially at quarterback, almost only at quarterback, to say a guy is or is not the real deal. We all, if a guy has a great rookie season, Jameis Winston, first 2 years in the league, we say, absolutely, stamp him, he's golden, going to be great. If they struggle the first 2 years, guy can't play golf. He's done. I'm guilty of that. Jared Goff, I said, hey, he's done. What the hell are they doing? And we laughed at his rookie season. Right coach got in there, right system, things worked out. He executed what they were asking him to do and succeeded. The league's changing a lot. So guys who don't look like the prototype of yesteryear can make it and succeed and run an offense that's very different than it used to be in this league. We'll see how long that continues to track that way. But I think it's also true that guys can have singular or multiple good seasons and not necessarily be the next coming. It's true that guys can look really, really bad early on and not necessarily be a bust. You find out 5, 6, 7 years later they needed grooming. That's the way it used to be in the NFL. It used to be you got to the league and you were a backup. Danny White backed up Roger Staubach forever. He was steady out there punting. Literally, he was a punter. And then when the time came, he was great. But it took years. And, we certainly saw that with the Tennessee Titans and McNair.
Yep.
That was smart.
All right, here's a fun exercise for you. If today you could start a franchise with any of the following with all their foibles and like it's not in theory, it's Deshaun coming off of an injury. It's so Goff, Garoppolo, or Deshaun. Who would you choose?
Woo, that's a good one because it clearly comes down to Garoppolo and Deshaun.
Mm-hmm. Right, because you're factoring Gurley and
Goff is
and coach.
Yeah, I'm not saying Goff is a great quarterback. He's benefiting greatly.
He's a programmed robot. At least that's the
doing a good
reports
job.
last year. As his coach is in his ear telling him exactly what he needs to do, and he's got the arm talent to do it.
Right, nothing wrong with that. Good for him.
McVay can't do it,
right?
But Goff can.
Goff can do it.
And Goff can't do it in the mind
Right.
at least.
Yeah, and if he does it long enough, he will.
Right, and McVay can.
Yeah, no, I would. I think I might take Garoppolo, and I'll tell you why.
And you got to take that contract, which is the highest paid contract in the NFL.
Well, the reason I have to, though, that's a going rate for a franchise quarterback. Somebody will surpass that. When Jameis signs, he'll surpass that. Now, here's the thing. The reason I'm going to do it is because of Deshaun's injury history. The other reason I'm going to do it is because I'm going to trust Bill Belichick. I'm going to trust that Bill Belichick knew what he had, was desperate to keep it, went to war over it, was ready to kick Tom freaking Brady to the curb. Basically, what we learned from that story was that he wanted to tell Tom, have a good day. I got my replacement. So I'm going to defer to Bill Belichick.
Okay.
He saw him every day in practice. He watched him. And moreover, not only did he praise him and think that he was going to be great and that he had a successor, he got vindictive when the owner wouldn't go down that road and gives him away to his friend in San Francisco. And all that guy's done is go and win every game he started with that sorry team.
Right.
So that's the guy.
Okay. Let me throw in Wentz and Winston.
Oh, wow.
Now you're choosing between we'll throw Goff out of the question.
He can go to the curb.
We'll throw Deshaun out because you ranked Garoppolo ahead. Well, actually, let's keep him in so you can rank him out. But so it's Garoppolo, Deshaun, Carson Wentz, Jameis Winston.
Well, I do like Carson Wentz. I got to be honest.
Okay.
We saw an awful lot from him. So
number one is a battle between Garoppolo and Wentz.
Who were the other two? Winston and who?
Winston and Deshaun.
Oh, Deshaun's last.
Okay, so Deshaun is last.
And I like him a lot.
Of these three quarterbacks,
see, this
Garoppolo,
is going to be taken
Wentz,
the wrong way.
No, it's not.
You're really good. You're really happy if you have any one of those players. Really happy. I need Jameis to mature more, but all the physical tools are there. The successes on the field have already shown itself. I mean, he took a 2-win team, immediately won 6 games, then they won 9 games. Last year was a setback with the injury.
And you can argue that Wentz is the beneficiary of, better coaching, better skill around him.
I do like Carson's makeup, though. He's a big, strong kid, can make all the throws, is elusive, is smart, is dedicated. He has all the elements of franchise. So does Jameis. I love Jameis.
But is it Peterson or Cutter? Well, that's an easy one.
Well, yeah, no, I agree with you. It's an easy one, but I think you're in good shape no matter who you have there. I might be inclined to say Garoppolo again.
Okay.
I really do think – now, we got to see him start game 1 through 16, go through a full season – and have things not work out around him and all that other stuff and see how he responds. But, again, I think I'm going to defer to Bill Belichick here. I do think it's Garoppolo. I heard enough. That long-form piece, was it Wright Thompson's piece on the Patriots hierarchy falling to pieces?
It may not have been, but yes,
I think it was. May not have been. Either way, everybody knows the piece I'm talking about. Really opened my eyes to just how much Belichick believed in Garoppolo and how much he thought that guy right there is like he thinks he's Hall of Fame good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to admit when I don't know as much as that guy. I don't know as much as Bill Belichick, and I know that he thinks that about that guy after he's been coaching Tom Brady all this time, and Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever play.
Kirk Cousins or Alex Smith?
Kirk Cousins. I'm taking Cousins because I like to throw the ball to the receiver every now and then. It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
TNT Supercenter is your one-stop shop for the largest inventory of golf carts and accessories, stocking over 150 new and pre-owned carts with prices starting under $2,000. Whether you're looking for a standard or custom golf cart, TNT has the perfect cart for you. TNT carries and services leading brands and a full line of premium Mad Jacks accessories. Stop by or call to find out about our zero-down, low-interest rate financing, free delivery, and rental programs. Visit TNTSupercenter.com.
TNT. I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough, I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Hobbit American Grill with 3 locations to choose from. Just show them your stub. That's right, your ticket stub from any local sporting event for $1 pints and $3 crafts. BOGO Mondays every Monday with 50% off specials. Like or follow on Facebook to get all the details. PS4 tourneys, trivia, karaoke, darts, and more. Lots of daily lunch specials under $8. Happy hour specials daily and happy hour all day on Friday. The Hobbit American Grill.
Wahoo Seafood Grill, Tallahassee's leader in fresh seafood, is located right behind the Best Western on North Monroe. Lunch specials start at $7.99. Be sure to try their award-winning house-made burger. Big lunch parties are also welcome. Wahoo Seafood Grill makes lunch specials a very affordable choice. Delivery is available and plenty of parking. Wahoo Seafood Grill, easy access from any part of town using I-10. Visit them online at wahooseafoodgrill.com or call them today at 850-629-4059.
Hi, Chris Kraft for Kraft Nissan, and Nissan's fiscal year-end super sale is down to just 3 more days, and I still need to sell 67 new Nissans. I'm telling you, the books on Nissan Corporates 2017 absolutely close on Monday, April 2nd. That means time is running out for the absolute lowest priced Nissans in the last 12 months. So listen up, $4,000 off MSRP on all 2018 Rogue S's and Sentra SVs, $5,000 off MSRP on all 2018 Altimas. That's right, $5,000 off all 2018 Altimas, and Kraft Nissan has over 50 in stock. $6,000 off MSRP on our remaining 2017 Maximus, $10,000 off MSRP on our remaining 2017 Titan pickups, and all, not some, 2018 Armadas are $10,000 off MSRP. It's Kraft Nissan's fiscal year-end with Nissan Corporate. But you have to hurry because the books close on Monday, April 2nd. 3 days and counting. Kraft Nissan on Mahan Drive between Academy Sports and Costco. Must finance through NMHC. In-stock units only.
And now Jeff and Eddie waste my time instead of recording a commercial.
Always with that guy and the time. It's true.
But then Lang showed up.
There you go.
I did.
Always.
Yeah.
Just in the nick of time.
Well, that's what I do.
It's timing.
Yeah.
It's important.
That's a skill.
The Sangria Gorilla.
He's been a Sangria Gorilla.
Yeah, guilty.
Sangria Gorilla from way back.
Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
Don't just listen to The Jeff Cameron Show. Watch it live. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Live, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Head to ESPNTallahassee.com today to watch live or catch up on demand. The Jeff Cameron Show Streamcast. Brought to you by Nice Tire and Auto, your trusted Goodyear dealer.
Nice Tire and Auto, just minutes away from FSU campus.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Cavaliers won't have their coach on the sidelines tonight, but at least he'll be in the building. Ty Lue will be an observer when the Cavaliers host the Pelicans. He's been away from the team for almost 2 weeks now, taking care of his health. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports Lue hopes to be coaching again by next week. The Cavaliers will finish no better than third in the East, but ESPN's Ryan Hollins says the Raptors should still be worried.
And LeBron is a guy who's always pulled through. And in the midst of injuries,
seven straight trips
right?
to the finals, right?
Everybody's banged up, right?
Yeah.
Who's healthy as a horse right now?
LeBron
James. So,
yeah.
Sorry, Toronto.
Ryan Hollins on Golic and Wingo here on ESPN Radio. Major League Baseball today, season opener for the Pirates and Tigers in Detroit. All number 1 seeds in the women's Final Four tonight in Columbus. The 4 teams combined have only 6 losses this season. On ESPN2 at 7 Eastern, Louisville faces Mississippi State. Then Notre Dame against unbeaten Connecticut.
You know when something's so obvious they call it a no-brainer? Well, here's a big one. Barbasol is finally making razors. Introducing the Barbasol Ultra 6 Plus. It's got 6 ultra-thin blades for a close, comfortable shave. You can go to Barbasol.com right now and save some money. That's a no-brainer, too.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday, brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachie Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Libations Friday, loosey-goosey edition of the Jeff Cameron Show. That was fun. We were talking actually during the break. We continued that discussion. Because you can do that if you like the NFL and you like quarterback debate and discussion. It's all, everybody's got an opinion on that.
Yeah, and I thought of a fun question. This one's off the wall, but we like off-the-wall questions, especially on a Libations Friday.
Sure.
If you're the Denver Broncos and you could choose between, now, of course, they already signed Keenum, which is who they wanted all along, if you believe John Elway. If you're the Broncos and you could choose between signing Case Keenum as they did, or if Tony Romo announced he was coming out of retirement, you could take Tony Romo.
Over Case Keenum?
What would you do?
Tony's
Tony's had a year away.
But I can't know if his back's right.
That's correct. I can't guarantee a 16 games.
Well, I have to decide, do I have a chance to win a Super Bowl in the next year or two?
Right.
If I do, I'm taking Tony Romo.
Okay, well, put it this way. Then you're the Minnesota Vikings. The Cousins thing doesn't happen. No, hell, you don't like Kirk Cousins that much.
I'm not in love with him.
Cousins or Tony Romo coming out of retirement? Who would you take?
Again, I got to know about the back, and I really...
Listen, they're going for it now.
My doctors are going to have to be a big part of this conversation. I need to know that dude can take a hit and stay healthy. I mean, some of it's,
If they say he's fine, but anything can happen, and the chance of an injury is above average, but it's not fait accompli.
I just won a ton of games with Case Keenum. I'll probably take Kirk Cousins, who's going to be healthier and I can win with, and just Tony Romo's, really good player. But no, I
okay. One Sunday, winner take all.
Tony Romo.
All right. Would you like Keenum, Tony Romo, or Brett Favre?
Ooh.
One Sunday.
Just one Sunday.
This Sunday. You got a week to, sorry. So
okay, no.
You got a week to prepare.
I was going to say, did the players Brett Favre hasn't played a football game in years.
You got a week to prepare.
I'm not Brett Favre off the Wrangler field to talk about his beard trimmer and play a game on Sunday.
For one more fight?
No, Brett Favre's the toughest SOB out of all of them and has the highest upside.
Yeah.
Like if he got into a groove, but I'm not. No. Hell, the Vikings already did that. And Favre was great until there was a bounty on his head by the Saints.
Right. Yeah.
And they literally killed the man. And he was still out there slinging it. But they beat him down till he finally gave in to the old Brett Favre sling it anyhow mentality.
Final wrinkle to the question.
Okay.
Let's take Romo out of the discussion. It's Keenum versus Favre. neither offense knows the quarterback all that well, and you have a week to prepare. So it's not like Keenum and the offense that they played together for 15 games.
Keenum and Favre, nobody knows the offense.
Right.
And they have a week.
They have a week. Who you got?
Brett Favre. By the way, you use the term off the wall, and that got me to thinking about something. That's the name of a Michael Jackson album. I think it's probably – no, I guess I liked Thriller. But I was thinking that might have been the last Michael Jackson album I could listen to.
You didn't like Bad?
No.
Okay.
Michael Jackson came out with that album in the late 70s, Off the Wall, I think it was. And the reason I like it is Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is a really kick-ass song, and I can listen to it all the time. Rock With You is a lot of fun as well.
Yeah.
So I even like Ridiculous Slow, She's Out of My Life, and all that. I like that record. But people get you know what? Talking about Michael Jackson, and I'm a music snob, so I get into music discussions all the time. But what I think is interesting about the Michael Jackson discussion is you light a fire with people. Years ago, I mentioned that I couldn't listen to Michael Jackson because of that stupid habit he had of doing the in between every word.
Yeah.
I can't do it. It's ridiculous. It sounds asinine, and it ruined everything. Plus, the music just sucked. So here's the deal. If you bring that up, you will get hundreds of tweets. Well, you're crazy, Cameron. What is wrong with you? People get flipped out.
Prince does something similar from time to time.
Occasionally. I don't love every Prince album.
Okay.
There's no denying the immense talent, the all-world talent, the preternatural ability of as a musician that he had. But yeah, there's some records where you're like, man, what's with the gimmick?
Yeah, what are you
I
doing
don't
here?
need that. Right. So
recording this looking into a mirror?
Right. So, but Michael did it more than anybody, and it just, you're like, why, man? You didn't
like
have to do that.
Dangerous came out in 1991.
Give me the track listing.
Jam was the first one.
No.
I'm just going to pick She Drives Me Wild, Remember the Time.
I know Remember the Time well.
Heal the World, Black or White.
No. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. The song is
Dangerous.
No.
The song itself.
It's awful. All of that's terrible.
How about his collaboration with Janet, Scream? Did you like that song?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, that's disappointing.
I like Ebony and Ivory. Paul McCartney.
Oh.
It's because it's nostalgic. It's not a great song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just nostalgia. Yeah. The hot take that I have on Michael Jackson angers people. I'm not a big.
Like The Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney? When it was Michael and Paul, the duet?
The Girl Is Mine I like.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, The Girl Is Mine. I like, yeah, once you get much past, I do like Thriller. I'll give you that. I'll give you Thriller. We're done here. There's no more, and I am really nitpicky with Michael because some of his most famous work and well-received, critically acclaimed, across the board works, I think very little of. And I've tried.
See, it's funny. I have a very different Michael Jackson in my mind because of the difference in age.
Yeah. I remember the 70s Michael Jackson.
So Dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Dangerous Michael Jackson. Macaulay Culkin's in the video for Black or White once they reshot it for Home Alone because he's, a world-famous Pepsi star now, so they're doing a corporate thing. That's the Michael Jackson I know.
It doesn't, like, if you say Michael Jackson, I say Rock With You. That's the Michael Jackson that I cared about, liked, thought very highly of. That song is awesome. That is as good a song as he made.
I think of, and this is my first memory. This isn't what I, associate him with now if I had a choice to pick a Michael Jackson track out of a jukebox. But it's Black or White, and it's also Remember the Time because Eddie Murphy was in that video. Those are the first two memories I really have of Michael.
You by the time you came around to Michael, it was all over but the shouting, basically. You ran into sorry ass Michael. It was just
it was Michael in the loose-fitting long-sleeve white, with the black pants.
Yeah, but you weren't around when he burnt himself up with the Pepsi commercial.
No, he was already,
Yeah. Well, that was the hair. He burned his hair. His Jerry curl.
No, but I mean skin tone-wise, he was already completely changed.
By the time you saw Mike,
yeah,
he was completely changed.
He was on his way. Yeah, he still had a little bit of the Jerry curl going, but he was
the young Michael Jackson with the Jerry curl. That was a dominant Michael Jackson right there.
He was also the one in the Regal, he's wearing kind of
the all white suit with the gold buttons.
The gold buttons. It almost looks like if he was the King of Spain or something. That's what you would wear.
Ridiculous. Jeff Cameron Show 97.9 ESPN Radio.
soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck, always enough. I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
Smoother, bolder, sharper, comfier, smarter, fiercer, tougher, stronger, longer, greater, prouder. Gravely Zero-Turn Mowers.
Call the City of Tallahassee Utilities and scheduled a free energy audit.
Energy audit?
Right. It's when an energy auditor from our own utilities comes out to the house, examines the structure, and checks our energy and water systems, and then recommends changes we might make to save energy, water, and money.
And you said it's free?
Absolutely. It's free from the City of Tallahassee Utilities, our own utilities.
Sounds good to me. Let's save some money.
If you're a City of Tallahassee residential, electric, and natural gas customer, you can schedule a free energy audit. Call 891-4YOU. That's 891-4968. And schedule your free energy audit at a time most convenient for you. A message from the City of Tallahassee Utilities, your own utilities.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man vs. Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a 1 million-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey there, beer lovers. This is Gabe Grass with Grasslands Brewing Company. We've been pretty busy lately with an all-new brewing team and a maxed-out production schedule, bringing Tallahassee more beer than we ever have before. In fact, we just released a brand new core beer called Guava Gold, a guava-infused blonde ale that's a ton of fun. But don't forget bestseller Hopline Bling IPA and local favorites G Street Blonde and Fourth Orbit Ginger Red. So make sure you ask your server at your favorite restaurant or bar for Grasslands. Or visit our tap room and beer garden at 603 West Gain Street Tuesday through Sunday. We've got something going on every night of the week, from trivia to board games to live music. Plenty of free parking, so we'll see you soon, folks. Prost.
Driving every day from the AmeriGas studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is 97.9 ESPN Radio, WTSM, Woodville, Thomasville, Tallahassee.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Cavaliers won't have their coach on the sidelines tonight, but at least he'll be in the building. Ty Lue will be an observer when the Cavaliers host the Pelicans. He's been away from the team for almost 2 weeks now, taking care of his health. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports Lue hopes to be coaching again by next week. The Cavaliers will finish no better than third in the East, but ESPN's Ryan Hollins says the Raptors should still be worried.
And LeBron is a guy who's always pulled through. And in the midst of injuries,
Seven straight trips
right?
to the finals, right?
Everybody's banged up, right?
Right. Yeah.
Who's healthy as a horse right now? LeBron James. So,
yeah.
Sorry, Toronto.
Ryan Hollins on Golic and Wingo here on ESPN Radio. Major League Baseball today, season opener for the Pirates and Tigers in Detroit. All number 1 seeds in the women's Final Four tonight in Columbus. The 4 teams combined have only 6 losses this season. On ESPN2 at 7 Eastern, Louisville faces Mississippi State, then Notre Dame against unbeaten Connecticut.
You know, when something's so obvious they call it a no-brainer? Well, here's the big one. Barbasol is finally making razors. Introducing the Barbasol Ultra 6 Plus. It's got 6 ultra-thin blades for a close, comfortable shave. You can go to Barbasol.com right now and save some money. That's a no-brainer, too.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday, brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachian Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Final hour of the Jeff Cameron Show, at least for this week, and a fine Libations Friday to you and yours, loosey-goosey edition of the Jeff Cameron Show. You can always reach out to us if you'd like. Email the program, jcs at 979espnradio.com. On Twitter, it's at JCameron Show. I suggest you also follow at 979 ESPN Radio, because if you do, you can watch the show Periscope. Go to YouTube, type in ESPN Tallahassee. You can watch it there as well. Might note that when the show concludes, all 3 hours of the program will be posted both on iTunes and in our own audio vault. Some of you have reached out and said, hey, what's going on with the podcast, man? We took yesterday off. You're damn right we took yesterday off. It was a national holiday in our minds. Went over to the Corner Pocket and hung out and watched baseball starting around 12:30. I stayed till about 6-ish, a little after 6. And I know you stayed on and watched the first period of the hockey game and
Sure
more
did.
baseball as well. But I do want to say this. Thanks to everybody who came out. Every time I see you guys, I appreciate it. It's fun to sit down and talk some baseball and get caught up. A lot of people have been coming to that thing for years, or events like it, whether it's the draft party that we have or opening day where we get together, or any of these types of things where it's just a watch party more than it is work-related. It's more just we're hanging out, eating some good food at the CP, having a cold one, and watching something that we all can agree is great, which was the start of Major League Baseball yesterday. So thanks to the CP and thanks to everybody who came out yesterday. We saw a lot of people begin to really fill up around 4 or 5 o'clock, which is pretty cool. And I enjoyed it. A lot of fun. And it's weird because that same phenomena that always occurs when you are watching opening day, taking in opening day, for your Mets, obviously, get a win on opening day. Feels like you're on the moon. It's just incredible to win the opening day game, even though it's a singular game in a 162-game season. And if your team blew the lead, like obviously Matthew's team did against the Braves, which a game you probably listened to right here on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
A promo.
Then it feels awful. Then it's terrible. Then it's frustrating. It's very angry. It's, it sticks with you a little bit. But even though that, too, is just a singular game and one of 162, we know how opening day is. The magnitude of those moments feel much bigger on opening day. So, anyhow, salute to all of you who came out. A lot of fun. A lot of baseball to be watched between now and October.
Boy, the geriatrics in New York did a good job yesterday. Adrian Gonzalez drove in a couple of runs. Cespedes, Bruce, Todd
Father
Frazier.
played well.
Yeah, the Todd Father.
I actually enjoy that so much.
It doesn't bother me.
It's great.
It bothers one of our mutual friends and a big Mets fan.
It does? It really bothers him?
Yeah.
Check out the Todd Father. Getting after it. Couple hits yesterday, I think.
I think he may have changed off the WTSM app because he's listening to Frequency XP right now.
Yeah,
That's right.
He's frustrated by that, huh? It makes me laugh. Florida State baseball with a resounding victory after a shaky start for Cole Sands. Settles down, gathers himself. That shows guts. That was an important start. I mean that, by the way. You give up 2 runs in the first. You're hitting people. You're giving up hits. It's frustrating, right? He's had to take on the role of ace, obviously since Holton went down, and he hasn't been great. Let's just say it. He hasn't been great at it. He's been sketchy. I needed him to play well in a big game, pitch well in a big moment. He comes out the blocks a little dicey, and then really gets locked in and dominates most of the rest of that game, and does something for your team that you want to see, which is step up big in big moments against teams that can really play. That's a top 20 team. So good on you, Cole Sands.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing after this weekend series is over tomorrow. Again, it's a Thursday through Saturday, kind of an awkward series. How do the bats look? Because obviously when you go silent on a Tuesday night against your arch rival, how do you respond to those moments? And, of course, conference play is what matters more right now. But when you get a test against the best in the country, that gives you an idea where you are, what you need to improve on. So hopefully it's another top 25 series this weekend. We take care of business, at least 2 out of 3. Let's just get that done tonight. Let's wrap up the series tonight.
That sucker up,
see if we can have a Saturday sweepage.
Nice to be in a position, right, if that's the case. I will say this, again, ever since Tough Love Cameron stepped in here and decided to point his
Hey now.
Careful about how we say this. His attention towards a certain player in this roster, he has really risen to the occasion, Tom, and played very well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You like that? Has played very well since that stern talking to.
Little Jackson Luke action.
So just a stern talking to. Tough Love Cameron had to do it, and it worked out for everybody. He's played very well.
Where Billy Strode once strode down the path to improvement, results, so too now has Jackson Luke followed the path of Tough Love Cameron himself.
Making it work out. Hey, if you haven't seen the video of Peter Warrick being told that his number 9 jersey is retired, they actually don't retire jerseys because you'd run out of numbers, as Rob Wilson notes when he is making the announcement. But if you haven't seen him receiving that news and the smile on his face, then you are missing out. I love to see unbridled joy, genuine happiness, and the response to it. Peter Warrick holds a special place in my heart because he was such a freaking good player. He was, and it was at a time when I first got here to watch him. It wasn't when I first got into media, I should say. To watch him play to that extent, the 99 title, that game, the Virginia Tech game, that catch to seal the deal, the acrobatics, the things that he did. I was first covering that team as he and so many other great players on that squad won that national championship, and he was breathtaking every Saturday. Like, you could go to a Florida State game and know there were certain things you knew were going to happen. Basically, at that time in the ACC, you knew you were going to kick a whole lot of ass. But you knew you were going to get a highlight reel from Peter Warrick. I don't think I ever saw him play a game where he didn't do something that made me think, oh, my word, that is ridiculous. Who can do that? I mean, it got so ridiculous that you kind of accustomed to it. And it wasn't until he was gone and many years had passed, Tom. I'm talking about by the time we got to 2004, I remember thinking to myself, well, I guess there's just nobody else that can do what Peter Warrick did because we've had plenty of great players and none of them look like Peter Warrick.
Yeah.
He was that freakish.
Yeah, and we've been lucky, and this is a stop and smell the roses moment for us as Florida State fans, but we've been lucky to have a lot of those players. I mean, a lot of them. Way more than our fair share.
So think about, I'll tell you this, nobody's ever awed me, wowed me more often, more frequently than Peter Warrick did in his career. And you're right, we've had a ton of guys, even Dalvin Cook.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, Peter, every Saturday.
Well, a receiver.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, a receiver can do that. What about Jameis, though? There's a throw or two every week where you go, oh, my God.
But Chris Winkie was great, and Charlie Ward was great. And Charlie Ward was more of a highlight reel than Jameis Winston at quarterback. So I don't put him in the same category. Jameis was a guy that was a freak. He's an all-timer. He's a Heisman Trophy winner, a national champion. He set records. He did all that. We said he'd be the number 1 pick, and he was, and we knew it early on, and he was unique. We knew that early on, too. Just his dealing with the media, all of that, you could tell he was a special player. Peter Warrick physically did things that I have never seen anybody else do here.
I agree, and I'm going to go down to a secondary level, but this is something that bothered me because you brought up guys you can count on every week that you go to Doak Campbell or you go on the road with the team.
Right.
And you could expect them to show up and make a play and affect the game. You know, we really miss a player like DeMarcus Walker, and we didn't appreciate that at the time.
Yeah.
But the way he would consistently affect the pocket, affect the pocket, if not rack up a sack and 2.5 tackles for loss by the end of the game. That makes such a difference. And if we had anything close to that the last couple of years, especially last season, the way we would need to close games, right? Against Miami, against Louisville.
Yeah,
you probably
and
win both of those games with a decent pass rusher like DeMarcus Walker. We missed that element in our defense so badly.
Yeah, no, and Timmy Jernigan too. I've missed him since the day he stepped away.
Yeah.
I mean, Timmy Jernigan, you just see what a disruptive force, time in and time out. He may not make the play, but he was allowing for somebody else to make the play so consistently.
We knew that about Timmy in the moment, though. I think we appreciated DeMarcus, but not enough. Because if he was on a better team, people would have talked about him in a lot more glowing terms than they ended up doing, because we were disappointments. When he was emerging as a veteran star, the teams didn't live up to the expectations record-wise for the season. But here's hoping that this year, as they work in spring ball, that we're bringing back something. If it's Kane Doe, I don't care who it is.
Somebody become that guy.
Please. We need to be able to close games.
I bring this up because his number, I mentioned it, Peter Warrick's number, he'll be retired, but the number's still alive, but his jersey actually gets retired. And he makes the Florida State Hall of Fame, FSU Athletics Hall of Fame, I should say. And it's well deserved. Maybe nobody ever deserved it more. And I know that's saying a lot, and that's probably completely unfair and over the top. I just so in awe. 98-99, where he's an All-American. There are just plays that other people, no matter how special they were in the annals of Florida State football history, they just could make. He was freakish.
What's his who or what?
Never
is
seen
it
anybody like
closest
him.
to?
Go to YouTube.
Like Greg Reed at punt returns.
Yes, that's probably fair because he could make you miss in a phone booth. But I never saw anybody before his knee injury. Peter Warrick could stop, start, be at full speed in milliseconds. You know, you always hear 0 to 60 for cars, and you see like a Maserati or a Ferrari, like you're 2 seconds in, we're at 60 miles per hour. That's Peter Warrick stopping on a dime. The shiftiness, the anticipation, the vision, the way he saw the field, and the ability to stop, start, go, and he was gone. It was crazy. You remember when we were both on the field when it happened, when Rashad Green made the guy miss against Clemson and then pieced?
Yeah.
All right. That really was special, but it pales in comparison to what Peter Warrick would do on the regular in football. Every weekend, I'd see some poor bastard attempt to try to tackle that guy in the open field, and you pitied them. You literally would go, "Oh, sir." Well, I mean, you've got zero chance. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a different type of awe, too, than watching Dalvin, because Dalvin would set it up then.
Yeah, and then put his foot in the ground
and he'd angle. And so it's almost like a tidal wave, like of the anticipation of what he's about to do.
His acceleration once he set it up and build. Oh!
It's a jab step. The safety bites up a half a step. They don't even play it wrong.
And then it's bam.
And he's going to get the corner, even though by no rights should he ever. You're doing the math in your head as a fan. You're like, well, it's a gain of 8. Oh, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, he's gone. No, he's special, unique. I love him. You're right. Once again, on display. So many guys over the years, that kind of special. But Peter Warrick is my guy when it comes to just jump out of your seat, spin around in a circle, tapping your friend on the shoulder like, woo, good Lord. Play that audio.
It's got Odell too first.
Let me announce that too, because I really absolutely did him a disservice. Because I was prattling on about Peter Warrick. That's how much he impressed me. But this is the other problem with this, is that I didn't see the All-American season. Well, I saw it, and I came to games, but I wasn't as locked in. I was in high school. I was a sophomore in high school. So Odell was kicking ass here while I was, worried about a lot of other things than football and Florida State. And anyhow, but he was a great player in his own right. I do have memories of the 89 year. But anyhow, Odell Haggins also, as a nose guard, he was an All-American. He, too, will be announced as a Hall of Fame member. And it's really neat. It's cool. He gives a heartfelt speech as he goes into the Seminoles Hall of Fame this spring. And it's great now that he's coaching here, too. And we talk about what he is. We all know Mr. Seminole, really.
Well, and this is important, too, because these two announcements are made where and how. They're made in front of the team. And that's what Willie is trying to do, bring back the greatness from yesteryear. Now, Odell is coaching these players anyway, but to be reminded about those who came before you in front of the team, assembled,
I agree.
That makes all the difference.
We are seeing the evidence. This is a broader discussion than just honoring these two gentlemen. We are seeing the greater evidence on a weekly basis of the efforts of Willie Taggart to engender this sort of family mentality that, for whatever reason, has been inconsistent, has not been in place. over time. You know, even Coach Bobby Bowden, the legend, if there were complaints, it was that a lot of former players just didn't feel embraced and welcomed back with open arms in the way that they would have liked to have been. And I'm not blaming Bowden for that necessarily. The university has to hold a responsibility for that. The people that were in charge at the time in the athletic department, the varsity club and all that, and I'm not trying to disparage Monk Montesort. May he rest in peace.
He did a lot, though, as much as he could,
He
right?
worked hard. He did. He worked hard. But for whatever reason, there had been disconnects along the way, and there's any number of reasons for that. But it's same with Jimbo, right? A lot of the older players didn't feel welcome. The players that played for Jimbo, the players that were here or were recruited by him to went on to do great things, felt very welcomed and honored and put up on the wall, right? But the people from the late 80s, early 90s and all of this, they didn't feel that way. And Willie has come in and said, no, the tradition here is what makes this place so great. And there have been so many incredible athletes and so many incredible moments in Florida State football history that the fans are all aware of. And since I was a fan, meaning Willie, and I grew up watching this, I want to pay tribute to that. That's the stuff that I used to sit back as a little kid and watch and say, wow, Florida State's got it going on. That's amazing. Look at that. Everything from the Spirit Spear and all of that to obviously the players, those that made the season so special. And he has embraced that, and he's asking these guys to come back, and he's reaching out to Deion Sanders and Peter Warrick and all these other guys, and he's saying, hey, no, not only am I I'm not just paying lip service to this. Physically, we want you to come back. We want you to be a part of what we're doing now. We want people to know what you did when you were here. We want you to help give them guidance. We want you to be a part of what we're doing as we grow this thing together, and we welcome everybody back into the fold. Let's celebrate our traditions. Let's celebrate our history, so much so that he went out and, of course, told his assistant coaches, any of the new guys that he's hired that weren't a part of that history or were unaware of it or maybe had a cursory knowledge of it, no, you sit down, pamphlets, you're going to read this, you're going to watch video, you're going to be able to tell these kids who these guys are. And when you see these guys, you're going to be able to look them in the eye and tell them, I've watched your highlight packages. It's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome back to Florida State University. That's a big deal, and this is part of that. It's smart. It's well done.
He is the only undefeated head coach in Florida State Today, it's my pleasure to announce that this September, Odell Haggins will be inducted in the FSU Athletics Hall of Fame.
I'm telling you guys, I'm telling him that he has been voted to have his jersey retired. From now on, he'll be up in that stadium. He'll be the all-time number 9. Congratulations.
Good stuff right there. So Peter Warrick gets in, and as you noted, Tom, when you look at Peter Warrick, he looks like he could still play. I agree with that.
Yeah, he can, and I don't. Yeah, well, it's something to be that athletic, right? And then to maintain it. Some guys, when they're done, they're like, "Well, I'm done." And you know what? I worked really hard for 30 plus years of my life.
Take some time.
I'm gonna take some time, and I'm gonna take some chicken wings and some ranch, and I'm gonna enjoy this
and some beer.
Maybe I'm gonna get some pizza.
Downtime on the yeah.
But Peter, and what it meant to him in that video.
Oh, it's
so
great.
Find it.
Warms the heart. Find the video. You can find it. It's been released. I think it's on Seminoles.com. I think you can find it.
To see the smile on his face when he hears it, man. That's what it's all about.
It's cool. God, I can still remember that game he had against Clemson. As the sun set behind the stadium at Clemson, he did everything from punt returns to the biggest catches he just could not be stopped. And he was always that way. He was always that guy. And you just, whew. So congratulations to those guys. Jeff Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck, always enough. I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Landowners, your Mahindra dealer is ready to help you save during Mahindra's Red Tag Sale. Enjoy up to $7,900 in tractor cash back and savings, or utility vehicle savings up to $1,700. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranties still come standard. So hurry in for Mahindra's Red Tag Savings.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Neese Tire and Auto Service. Neese has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Neese Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Neese Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, 574-4100.
Games for Less, the only locally owned and operated gaming store in town, has Tallahassee's largest selection of new and used video games and game systems. The future of video gaming is at Games for Less, where they have both the PS4 and Xbox One. It's time to trade in your old systems and elevate your gaming experience now. Games for Less is also your headquarters for the best in retro gaming. Atari 2600, original Nintendo, Super NES, or Sega Genesis, you name it. They got it at Games for Less. Games for Less, the Super Walmart Shopping Center on Appalachia Parkway. Give them a call today at 850-219-3535. That's Games for Less. Woohoo! Banditos!
Huh? Where?
Banditos Burritos, baby.
Are you ready to experience an awesome fishing expedition? Sea Quarters Marina is home to several great charter services. All charters are customized based upon the types of fishing opportunities available and the type of fishing the customer requests. The Northwest Gulf Coast offers a variety of different angling adventures thanks to unspoiled back county islands and crystal clear flats. For more information regarding charters, call Sea Quarters Marina at 697-8400 or online at seaquartersmarina.com.
This is the Jeff Cameron Show. Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio.
Cameron Show, 97.9 ESPN Radio. I'm in a good mood. I don't want to bring this story up, I don't think. I have a better story that I do want to bring up that makes me laugh. But so it's weird, right? Whenever you read a headline and then realize, I mean, you've probably gotten to the place now just as a modern consumer of information and the way that things have changed with media and the interwebs, that when you read something that just doesn't sound like it makes much sense, and if you think to yourself, that headline has got to be misleading. This has to be,
sure,
there's something much more to this than that headline.
Clickbait, the true meaning of fake news, that kind of stuff.
Right. And the reason I say that is because I didn't spend a lot of time even researching or checking, I'll admit this, on that story that continues to kind of make headlines about Michael Bennett. Originally, the way that was written was that he trampled a paraplegic. And if you read that, you go, Michael Bennett's not trampling a paraplegic. I
elderly at that.
I mean, that's like, there's just no way.
Probably not. I didn't read into it further. I'm sure that the legal system will mete out whatever punishment it needs to.
I just read that headline, and I thought, there's no way Michael Bennett is trampling a paraplegic. Turns out it was a woman in a wheelchair who is unfortunately disabled and in whom he did forcibly move the wheelchair in order to go onto the field. There were headlines that trampling occurred, and in fact, he pushed the wheelchair. Those are very different things.
Yeah, well, and in what way did he push it? Did he just kind of move it and say, you can be mad at me for walking on the field, but I'm going to walk on the field? Or did he shove it into the wall? I mean, that's kind of important here. He turned himself in early in the process.
Yeah, he turned himself in and said, I'll plead not guilty. He's pleading not guilty. I don't know what happened. I'm going to continue to read up on it. It's not an important story for us to bring up here just because it doesn't sound like any of it's true.
Like he's just stepping on the rib cage of an old woman to get on the field.
The way that's described is that my man somehow is trampling over a paraplegic. I'm sorry, and maybe he did, but that doesn't sound remotely close to the truth. It doesn't sound like anything any reasonable human being would ever do.
If he did, it's like...
if he did, screw him eternally.
Right.
But, I mean, you'd be a sociopath to
Correct.
trample a paraplegic. You wouldn't knowingly do that.
You wouldn't knowingly trample anybody.
No. Maybe. But you wouldn't knowingly... evil people I'd trample.
Well, sure, but I doubt the person who's working security at the Super Bowl is an evil person.
Baby.
No. That's in the owner's boxes, not the person working security.
And why is she working security?
Well, F if I know.
I mean, that's a weird story. There's a lot of layers that I'm going to get myself in trouble.
I will admit, I've been a headline and opening paragraph reader of that story. It just doesn't do it for me.
The way the story read, so that people don't say, all right, Cameron, you got to at least tell us what happened. He's charged with injury to the elderly. He surrendered to police this week. The judge in the case set Bennett's bond at $10,000. Ordered him not to contact the 66-year-old paraplegic woman he's charged with injuring. He posted bail. He said he's going to plead not guilty. The elderly woman in a wheelchair, it was said that he also pushed a police officer and used the F word, which is not a crime, so I don't care about him using the F word. That's just written in there to be salacious. But, yeah, I'm sure he did.
Well, so is the whole surrender to police thing. This isn't a bank robbery.
So
you turned yourself in. You surrendered to police. That's like you put the weapon down and you surrendered. What the hell?
Yeah, he told basically these people that were trying to stand in his way that he was going on the field to celebrate his brother winning a Super Bowl one way or the other. He was going to go on the field, and that bothered people, obviously. And so, anyhow, he ended up moving this woman aside when she said he couldn't pass. That's his claim. Her claim is that he forcibly did it and it injured her. But I saw headlines that read trampled. So there you go. In a nutshell, there you go. He didn't trample anybody.
No.
He didn't trample anybody.
But he used the F-bomb.
He definitely used the F-bomb. The story I wanted to get to, but I screwed everything up, and I know I have to go quick now, is that a 36-year-old accountant was in goal last night for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, he won the game.
Well, they won 6-2.
But he stopped all 7 shots.
He did stop all 7 shots, but they were up 4, right, when he got in?
Yeah, but he stopped all his shots.
He did stop all 7 shots.
Put a spike in the puck.
How freaking cool is that story, man? That guy plays in a rec league. He plays with buddies on the weekend. He's 36 years old.
Yeah.
And he was an emergency guy because the other 2 got hurt. So they're like, all right, because he played a goal at Western Michigan. And he got to play. He got in the game. He'll probably never play again. But what a cool moment.
Yeah. Not since Jean-Claude Van Damme in Sudden Death have we seen someone off the street play goal.
I really butchered the other story. I don't know why I brought that up. It's just another reminder. Just the headlines, man.
Consume things, man.
Yeah, just be careful, man.
See, for my money, I was just, we'll let the legal process sort that out. That doesn't do it for me. If he did, then, the Eagles are going to release him. He's never going to play in the NFL again. This one's very simple.
They're standing by him. The Eagles are.
Well, that's important. If they're willing to say that.
Yeah. Speaking at the NFL owners meeting in Orlando this week, in fact, they stood up and said they're standing by him. And so, I don't know. Surely there's video footage of this? There's got to be video footage of this.
Probably.
All right, that awkwardness is on me. I'll take ownership of that and we'll move forward. I'm just pissed that I read headlines that said trampled because I kept thinking, well, my God.
Is he Ndamukong Suh?
Michael Bennett has lost his mind. He's trampling paraplegics. And then I looked, I'm like, no, he didn't. He didn't trample anybody. This is ridiculous.
Why does Mahindra have 97% satisfaction? Ask our owners.
This gives me the ability to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
I decided on Mahindra just because of the sheer strength, the size, the ease of the workability, and it was more of a comfortable machine than the others.
You could lift just about anything with that thing. It has never let me down.
And now get the industry's best 7-year limited powertrain warranty on select models.
Sorry, boys, I did not have time to pack.
We got this.
It's right here, guys.
We got this.
I thought I could handle it.
We got this.
Moving doesn't have to be a hassle. Call us first at 2 Men and a Truck. No matter the move, home or business, we'll make it a smooth one.
I forgot something.
We got this.
When you're in need of auto repairs, look no further than Nice Tire and Auto Service. Nice has been in business for 16 years with long-term, knowledgeable sales associates. They have the latest wheel balancing machine in the industry. And for passenger vehicles, they service AC, brakes, suspension, tune-ups, and much more. Never sit through a long wait. Nice Tire and Auto has 10 service bays to get you back on the road quickly. If you have tire problems, check out their large inventory with various Goodyear and Michelin tires. Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Blountstown Highway, 574-4100.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck, always enough. I'm talking tough.
Franklin Spring Creek Ford, the place to find your next truck in southern Georgia.
I'm talking tough.
Hey y'all, we're Chris and Preston from Low Cash. Head to Franklin Spring Creek Ford and see them about all of your vehicle needs.
Features and in-depth analysis. WarChant.com's three-team writers Gene Williams, Ira Schofel, and Corey Clark have 50 years of experience covering the Seminoles. And WarChant.com is the only FSU media outlet with a dedicated full-time recruiting analyst in Tallahassee with the latest on the 2019 class. For your 30-day free trial subscription, head to WarChant.com and use promo code WarChant30. Did you know that propane-powered clothes dryers outperform electric models in energy efficiency, drying time, and garment protection? So dry your clothes more efficiently with propane. Propane water heaters give you more hot water at a more affordable price. Compared to electric, energy-efficient propane water heaters can reduce your energy costs significantly. For more information, call AmeriGas Propane here in Tallahassee at 877-1122.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Doug Brown. The Cavaliers won't have their coach on the sidelines tonight, but at least he'll be in the building. Ty Lue will be an observer when the Cavaliers host the Pelicans. He's been away from the team for almost 2 weeks now, taking care of his health. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports Lue hopes to be coaching again by next week. The Cavaliers will finish no better than third in the East, but ESPN's Ryan Hollins says the Raptors should still be worried.
And LeBron is a guy who's always pulled through. And in the midst of injuries,
seven straight trips to the finals, right?
Everybody's banged up, right?
Yeah.
Who's healthy as a horse right now?
LeBron
James. So,
yeah.
Sorry, Toronto.
Ryan Hollins on Golic and Wingo here on ESPN Radio. Major League Baseball today, season opener for the Pirates and Tigers in Detroit. All number one seeds in the women's Final Four tonight in Columbus. The four teams combined have only 6 losses this season. On ESPN2 at 7 Eastern, Louisville faces Mississippi State. Then Notre Dame against unbeaten Connecticut.
You know, when something's so obvious they call it a no-brainer? Well, here's the big one. Barbasol is finally making razors. Introducing the Barbasol Ultra 6 Plus. It's got 6 ultra-thin blades for a close, comfortable shave. You can go to Barbasol.com right now and save some money. That's a no-brainer, too.
Live from the AmeriGas Propane Studios in the capital city of Tallahassee, this is the Jeff Cameron Show on 97.9 ESPN Radio. It's Libations Friday. Brought to you by Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. Corner Pocket Bar and Grill on Appalachie Parkway. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Just puts a pep in the step, baby. Baseball has begun. Weekend has arrived. Good times. You know, I was just there. I saw this story earlier today before I get to probables, Tom. But there I was, and I missed it by a week or so. Would have been pretty damn cool, but I don't know if you saw this. A centuries-old ship has washed ashore in St. Augustine. Yeah, that's really cool. It's a 48-foot section of a ship that's washed ashore that they think was built in the early 1700s.
1700s?
It's washed ashore.
My goodness.
And that I guess technically the remains belong to the state, and high tide is threatening to drag the boat's remains back into the water, so they don't have much time. And they've got obvious, museum curators and archaeologists and all kinds of people that want to research this and get
frothing at the mouth, yes.
Yeah. And but how odd is this? Like, Juliano Turner, some dude who's a beach resident, was on his morning run, or her. I apologize, Giuliano.
It's got an O at the end?
Yeah.
It's not an A?
No, it's an O.
Okay.
But then it said that she was that's why, yeah.
Yeah, the female, male.
Yeah, her son and her were on a jaunt on the beach when they saw the ship wash up, and obviously smart enough to know that this might be important. It looked odd, but it's a well-preserved section of the boat, and here's what's crazy. There are signs the wood was once sheathed in copper, and Roman numerals were found on the wooden side, so this is awesome.
So we don't know who it's belonging to yet. It's not the Armada. It's not.
We don't know. We don't know. They're researching it currently, and we'll keep tabs on it, Tom. You know I will. I love stuff like this.
You will, and in most cases, I'm glad you do for all of us. In this case, I will follow up. I want to know the answers.
I do too. I think it's really cool. So here's the thing. I was just there. I was right by that section of the beach. I could have found it, Tom. You know how much I care about finding really old relics, things of yesteryear. I don't know why. I never have found anything of any great value at all, ever. I long to. I yearn to for no reason. I want that to be part of my time on this earth that I have found, not even for the money, although if that's an ancillary benefit, I'll take it. But I truly want to be able to say, I once stumbled into Roman coins. I was at the park, crazy. Don't know how it happened. But, something like that.
It pointed to the idea that there was a land bridge and the Romans made it across. And my God, they actually colonized little bits and pieces of North America.
Here I was in St. Petersburg down at the park, found these coins.
They figured it out.
Yeah. So I've always wanted to do that, and people all around me are forever doing this. And sometimes it happens like this, where it's within just, less than a month time. I could have been. We're there. We're running down. I wouldn't have been running down the beach at 8 in the morning. I might have been on the beach.
Probably not, yeah.
I would not have been running down the beach, but I would. That would have been awesome. And I don't even know. Would I have known? I'm looking at a picture of this thing. I might have. It does look kind of like an old boat. Maybe. I think I wonder how
you
many
would
of
have
us,
just taken a picture of it and said, wow, that's cool. Look at this driftwood.
I think you may be right. Although, they knew enough to contact people who would know better. The thing of it is, I always wonder, you ever wonder this? Fridays are always weird, so it's loosey-goosey. We can get into this. You ever wonder if you met a serial killer? Have you ever wondered if you met somebody?
Now I have.
What? I wonder how many of us have crossed paths with somebody who's a serial killer. Or somebody, who went on to become...
I never thought of it when it comes to people. Now, just random people. Acquaintances, or I sat next to somebody when I was getting food to go,
right.
That guy has murdered 6 people. No, now there have been friends, strong word, acquaintances over the years where I thought, well, that guy could kill a lot of people.
You think he's nuts? Yeah,
I think he's nuts.
You think he's nuts, right?
He's wielded a knife in my presence, and I think he'd actually use it. I think he's crazy enough, and he doesn't care about his own life enough that he would do it.
It could happen.
Right. The only time I thought is, as you think, though, is hotel rooms. I wonder who stayed here before.
Right, who's been in this room?
Yeah.
Well, and when you go to Europe, well, okay, so you're going to England soon.
That's correct.
All right, so when you go to places that have real history, like ancient history, I joke all the time. I stood right where Constantine was crowned Emperor of Rome. That's pretty cool. So when you're standing there, you do that game. You go like, who was standing? Who stood right here? That's nuts, right? So anytime you're at a place that has a lot of history, you do it. But yeah, I get caught up in that. I do that with old pictures. I love old pictures, like 1800s. You look at the picture. There's the famed Civil War picture of Lincoln on the battlefield wearing that ridiculous hat. I'm like, dude, are you trying to get shot? Anyhow, he's got that hat on.
It's me.
Yeah, hey, everybody.
Shoot me.
I'm not tall enough as it is. Check out the top hat. So there he's standing there next to the tent, and when you look at that picture, there's a couple people in the picture. But sometimes pictures like that, you'll see soldiers in the background looking at the camera or something like that, and you think, wonder what happened to that dude. Wonder what that guy's life was like. Probably died on the battlefield.
Oh, they're dead.
Yeah, well, they've been dead for a long time. No, but I'm just like, wonder what kind of things they talked about. Like what happened the next day. Well, what was he saying at the moment that picture was snapped? Old photos of people in New York City, just in the earliest stages of photography, where you see and you're like, it's not built up like it is, and you're like, wonder what they thought about, where they were, what they were doing,
Sure.
what they,
How long, if you could sit them down and transport them through time to right here to your guest microphone in that studio, how long could they talk before, A, you couldn't understand him anymore, or they said something that we would have to go to break about?
Right. Something
because
absurd.
of societal conventions at the time. Well, that's
crazy.
Dangerous rhetoric, sir.
Right. I do. I get caught up in that. All right, that has nothing to do with nothing. Well, that's not true. It has something to do with something, but it doesn't have anything to do with the probables that we're going to play here.
It's all about the journey. That's what it is.
It's all about the journey.
Sometimes the journey can start off as
very strange.
Nicely, yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially on this show. By the way, play this clip. This is the Cubs announcers on WGN unintentionally trolling every Marlins fan that was listening in the moment.
Yeah, Ian Happ hit 7 home runs in spring training, 5 of them leading off the game. I expect him to take a pretty healthy cut here if he gets a juicy-looking first-pitch fastball from Urania.
Urania to Happ, and a drive to right.
Go, baby!
What were you saying, JD?
Yes, sir!
Good! Oh, baby!
Oh, my! That's unbelievable.
The season has begun.
Oh, this place, and it's full of Cub fans. And they are on their feet. Ian Happ. Unbelievable stuff.
That's the part that made me laugh. And it's full of Cubs fans, just so you know. It's like a home game.
But he does it in such a way that it's almost from a positive place. That's what makes it hurt all the more.
Yeah. He's not trying to be mean.
Oh, man.
Man.
And, Wrigley South has come to life. He's not being snarky. Oh, look at this.
By the way, that the sound of the shot from Happ, you think he got it? I mean, goodness gracious. That makes you just, if that's your team, it makes you feel very, I love that sound no matter who does it.
It makes me duck.
It's just, you're like, ooh, that is violent, sir. He was playing in his first opening day game, hit a leadoff home run on the first pitch of the season. The only other player to hit a home run on the first pitch of the big league season was Dwight Evans of the Boston Red Sox in 1986. Magical year.
Hey, okay.
For you guys who faced those Red Sox.
Guess what that means?
Who took future Hall of Famer Jack Morris deep. Well, I've often thought there would be more first pitch home runs on opening day than on any other day. Now, I'd be wrong. Clearly, that stat indicates.
Well, but it's the first pitch of the season.
First pitch of the season.
I've seen 2 or 3 at least of the first pitch of a team's
opener. Right.
Like Kaz Matsui hit one against the Braves years ago, but that wasn't the first game of the year. And typically, the first game of the year used to be Sunday Night Baseball before opening day.
Well, and then it was always the Reds on the actual
it was the Reds
day,
on actual opening day itself.
Well,
yes.
the reason I bring it up is that it stands to reason somebody's going to try to get ahead in the count, just groove a fastball. We're underway. and that, you're nervous. Everybody's nervous, and so control may be a little off, but also the hitter's a little nervous, and you're a leadoff hitter, so the pitcher's making assumptions about, you're going to want to see if I have it today, work the count. Am I nervous? Am I wild? Nope. Suck it. There we go. I'm ready for your fastball, sir. Overwhelmingly so, I'm ready for your fastball, sir. It made me laugh. All right.
Sound is echoing all the way up to Disney.
Tonight, here we go. Yanks,
it's time for,
Blue Jays.
How you say, with the pitching, probables?
No, I was going to let you play it. I just was first going to say we start with the Yanks, Blue Jays, and then boom.
I can do it again.
No, it's all right. It's all right. We're a little rusty, too. It's been a long time since we did probables on a nightly basis.
Like Rusty Kuntz.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
Yanks, Jays, Masahiro Tanaka, Aaron Sanchez, Red Sox, Rays, David Price, Blake Snell. That was quite the comeback yesterday for the Rays. Made me laugh. All those Red Sox fans there in the trop just sitting there looking foolish.
A little Denard Span action for you.
Get you some, hometown kid. Cubs, Marlins, Kyle Hendricks, and Caleb Smith goes for the Marlins. It's funny. Dan Straley was expected to start, but he'll open on the disabled list. So somebody that nobody's ever heard of, Caleb Smith, they don't even have a picture for him. They're like, oh, this guy, this slappy's going to start for the Marlins in day 2. That hurts.
John Doe.
Phillies, Braves, Nick Pivetta goes against Mike Fultinovich. Oh! Hey!
Wow, that was impressive.
Astros, Rangers, Dallas Keuchel, Doug Fister. Hey now. Rockies, D-backs, Tyler Anderson, and Robbie Ray.
Doug's still pitching, huh?
And Robbie Ray, of course, is starting tonight, baby.
On a Friday afternoon.
Little Robbie Ray. Angels, Athletics, Tyler Skaggs, Sean Manaea. Brewers, Padres, Julio Chassin, Jules. Joey Lucchesi. Joey Lucchesi's on the hill for the Padres. It's probably not Lucchesi.
I don't know.
Joey Lucchesi.
Lucchesi.
Hey.
Bada beep, bada boop. Strike 3.
With the pee-pee. Giants, Dodgers, Johnny Cueto.
It's a bloop and a blast.
Alex Wood. And that is a look at those that shall reside on the bump.
Down on you, so we could wash away the past, so that we may start anew.
So where's your head at going into the weekend? What's the?
Oh man,
where are you going? What we got?
There's a lot of different directions to go with that. Obviously, the Louisville series.
Yes,
that's important.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it is important, I'll probably be watching hockey or Major League Baseball.
Important. I won't see a second of it, but it is very important.
At some point, I'm going to have to sit down and commit to watching Florida State baseball pitch for pitch. Not ready to do it yet. There's still, tomorrow, the Mets don't play tonight. We play tomorrow afternoon, so I'll be checking in on that game. The Lightning play tonight.
You can watch the Pirates. Listen to me. You can watch the Mets. Golly.
The Knowles?
The Knowles at 6. You can watch them.
I could. Will Lightning play the Rangers here?
Little ACC Network extra.
Yeah.
Can have dual out.
No, I watched the game, a lot of it last night. It wasn't ugly. It wasn't pretty the way we rallied back, but in order to assert ourselves to the lead, there's hit by pitch and moving runners over. There's not the sexy 3-run bomb to put us ahead. It's just kind of you piece it together, and now we're ahead, and we're going to stay that way.
Yeah, but I would say that scoring early and often is a nice retort to the 2 you give up in the top.
Yeah. No, I agree. It is, but you could tell that was at the Corner Pocket Bar and Grill. That was on the side TV.
That was a little side action.
Yeah, it was a little side action. That's right.
Well, listen, everybody out there, it's going to be a hodgepodge of I don't know for next week. Now, this is not laziness. This is a dream fulfilled. I am going to Augusta on Monday.
This is not laziness.
No.
This is a dream fulfilled.
This is a dream fulfilled. This is me getting in a car on Monday and driving to Augusta National to see the Masters. And I'm going to be there for a few days.
That sounds like waking up on a Saturday at 10:30. This is not laziness. This is a dream fulfilled.
No. So, listen, we will have a show for you Monday. In the interest of transparency, I will tell you now that show is going to be recorded. It is going to be recorded early on Monday. So if anything crazy happens Monday afternoon, it will not be included in the show.
Right.
So Monday morning, Tom and I are coming in. I'll give you fresh content. We'll catch up on the weekend. We'll talk about the national championship game coming up, all that.
So you're going to be here Monday morning.
Monday morning,
so
I will be here.
Okay.
And I will be doing the show with you very early. And then I will be in a car, and I will be driving to Augusta, where I am meeting my good buddy Trey Jones, head coach there at Florida State University, the golf team, and his lovely family, who I've come to grow close to, and their kindness, along with Press Pass, is a combination of great times lying in wait. I'm going to meet with them and stay with them for a couple days. I'm going to be there in Augusta. I'm going to get to walk the course with them and do all that stuff. I'm going to a dinner, Tom. This is the thing. I'm going to a dinner that Tarico's going to be at on Monday night. Kind of an exclusive little thing here. I'm nervous about it. I'm actually nervous about it. I got to dress nice and be presentable and do all the right things.
That's right, yeah.
And I can't act foolish or crazy or
So
anything.
put on a toupee.
So there's a chance Justin Thomas is going to be there.
Oh, geez.
Amongst many other players. I want...
Sure, if you bump him in the food line, you're going to break his hip.
Well, I could end up, I could get sued. Who knows? So here's my question for you. I'd like to, if in the natural order of things, as it's working, as you're going around the room there, shaking hands and meeting people, highfalutin folks, I'd like to kind of create this ability to have an inside joke. Like I should take a picture where I'm acting like a fan of Justin Thomas, where I'm just smiling and all giddy, even though you know that I loathe Justin Thomas. So I could, and then send it back to you or tweet it out, and everybody will know I got my picture and that I'm actually making fun of that guy.
Yeah.
And I should do it, right? I imagine he's a wee little lad. I could like pull him close and make him uncomfortable.
Sure. Again, I think if you did that, you'd probably bruise his ribs and you'd have to withdraw from
the dinner.
Well, the
Masters. No, I can't do that. So I'm going to watch play and the practice rounds, and I'll be there for the par 3 on Wednesday and all that good stuff. So this is going to be incredible. And I will be able to take some photos, I think, just given I'm cozying up to Trey. It's really what it is. And Harry from FSU, of course, is playing Harry Ellis, who won the British Amateur, and he'll be playing in the Masters, and I'll be around him too. That's pretty incredible. You know what I saw? I don't think Trey would mind that I'm bringing this up. I saw Nike sent Trey all of the gear that they want Harry to wear at the Masters.
They sent it to Trey. Exactly right.
And so they, Trey's going to let him use that gear. And as you
they have the sponsorship with the university.
That's right. So there you go. Yeah. So what I realized is that, and I've always known this, and you do too, but if you are at a level to where you're coaching at a major university like this, or playing or you've played in the actual British Open, which he has, at some point, just a lot of cool things come your way, including the ability to play on the PGA Tour. But the gear that these guys get, my God,
no, it's like
it's incredible.
One of the perks to working in radio is some of the stuff and the opportunities and the gadgets and the gizmos that may make their way to your desk, and all you got to do is say, well, I love this thing, and it's your gadget, and it's your gizmo.
Yeah, man.
But
so
this
gadgets
is that.
and gizmos, what we're saying,
yeah.
If you guys out there have some cool gadgets and gizmos,
right?
I mean, we're not above saying on the air, thanks for all the gadgets and gizmos.
Right.
We could do it.
I think you'd prefer a cappuccino machine where your big cutout of your head is right there, and you could have it working during the show.
There it is. You're not kidding, buddy. I would absolutely love it.
But if you're, good enough to play in one of the 4 majors, in his case, you get to play in all of them because he won the British Amateur.
Badass.
Yeah, well, that's what we get on steroids, because Nike's like, all right, so what shade of taupe would you like?
And Goofenberg on Twitter, thank you for that. There you go. Everybody out there watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
He sent me a beer that's called Even More JCS, and I appreciate that. By the way, I got to be careful. There was no note included in this other than thanks for the show. It was really nice. He also complimented you, Tom.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did.
Well, I like that guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. The best.
So he, by the way, sent this to, it's an Imperial Stout, and it's an Imperial Stout with 12% alcohol. We might drink it. We might drink it in mere seconds.
There you go. Can't do it now.
Can't do it now.
We can put it on YouTube, though.
I'm not going to, but
yeah.
But there you go. I'm holding it up for anybody that I've never heard of this beer.
Notice the cap is still on it, folks.
Evil Twin Brewing, Crap's still on it. Not doing anything wrong here. Can't drink it even if I wanted to, but there you go. Evil twin.
You should do Stone Cold once a month.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'd get in trouble for that. All right, good work out of you. Good work, Matthew. Thanks to all who called and or listen. Does anybody else chuckle when I say that? Because it's so old. We don't take calls.
Oh, well, yeah.
But I do it every time purposely.
So used to it, yeah.
I did it for years and years and years. We sometimes, we got to welcome back a call or two soon.
That's fine.
Maybe a specific caller that we appoint beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. They can be the designated voice of the listeners.
That would be, we may have developed a character today at the end of the program. A guy who just represents the collective voice of the listeners and fans that can come and ask a question.
It's just a recorded you.
Be well, everybody. Go Noles. Have a great weekend. Talk to you on Monday morning before I go to Augusta. Then I'll talk to you.